Hello and welcome to the chaos, everybody. It is Dark Goddess Eris, and welcome to the stream where usually nothing ever goes my way. But today is Behind the Chaos with our slightly oversized, friendly neighborhood nerdy, little nerdy Zalen. I'm so excited. He's one of my favorite streamers, met him on TikTok, been following him for the past year. And guys, I cannot wait to bring him onto the show. We are also doing another podcast episode in 2 weeks with Burt's Bees. But before we join with Little Nerdy Zalen, I do want to go ahead and give a huge, huge, huge birthday shout out to our very own DK. Happy birthday, DK. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are traveling on the road. But yeah, so big happy birthday to you. Um, the alerts sounds will be off. And as a friendly reminder, this stream is going to be PG-13 for those of you just joining in. Behind the Chaos is going to be um, new streaming room. What new streaming room? No, I just turned the camera. My It's all over here. But yeah, so we are going to be doing what was I going to say? Uh we're going to have I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, so PG-13, try to keep it friendly. No disrespect to our guest or the host, obviously me. Anybody who acts out, we will put you in timeout. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and send him an invite, and we're gonna go ahead and get this going.
Can enjoy the stream. It's gonna be cool.
Hello, Zaylin.
Hello. I think the audio is working. People will let me know if it's not, but yeah, we should be good. We should be good. Hello, Dark
Perfect.
Goddess Eris.
Hello, hello. And you, if you don't mind, just on the where we share stream, if you could just mute your mic there. I don't know if it's going to come in as a double audio, but just in case. I lost him. Oh, wait, hold on. That actually might be me. Hold on.
Technology
Oh,
is
there
the
we go. I got
bestest
him.
thing. Okay, okay.
I got him. I got him. All right. See, this is why we do this podcast. Behind the Chaos, we
Mm-hmm.
literally. Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Can you guys hear her now? Because I'm getting bars saying that she can be heard.
See,
Are
this
you
is
saying
why
that
we
she
do
can?
this
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
guys,
You can't
because
hear
of
her.
all of
Okay, let me
this.
see. It has to be on my end. It has to, let's see. I'm getting bars for you. Yep.
Yep,
It
you can hear
says
me
that.
now. Perfect. All
Wait,
right.
what did I didn't change any. It doesn't matter. It
Well, they
doesn't
can hear
matter.
me now.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Okay, guys. So, for those of you just joining in, this is the Behind the Chaos episode 6 with our favorite, slightly oversized, friendly neighborhood nerdy, little nerdy Zalen.
Hey.
As I said, alerts. He's probably already said this to his own community, but just as a reiteration, we will keep alert sounds off, but we are watching the alerts. We will recognize your chat. If you guys have questions throughout the podcast, do not hesitate to ask. Try to keep it pertinent to little nerdy Zalen, though, because this is, in fact, all about him and everything that goes on behind the chaos in his world.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. God, I can't wait to hear their questions. I bet they're going to have some
Mm.
really really hot topics to
They know
touch on.
everything that they want to know. At this point, I'm boring. I'm old news to the community. It's fine. It's completely fine.
Well,
Yeah,
for those of
completely
you who
fine.
like, for those who do not know who Little Nerdy Zalen is, I mean, I just found this out myself. You've been streaming for 10 years. Like, tell us
Oh,
who.
I have to correct that.
Well, according to Twitch, it's been 10
I
years.
know. I know, which is wild. Oof, ooh. Okay, so that that is both true and false. And the reason I say that is because 10 years ago on my console, I did go live through Twitch using my PlayStation. And that was probably like the only time I went live. And I was showing, I forgot what game it was. I was showing a game to someone at the time. And so I was live streaming essentially like publicly, but it was only going to them. So technically my first time going live was 10 years ago. But I have not been actively streaming for like 10 years. Like
Shall I
I
pull up
actually
Twitch
started streaming.
tracker? Shall I pull it up for you?
Oh my god! You know, maybe I don't know.
You know what? Hold on, just for craps and
Because I'm
giggles.
like, there's no way I've been streaming. There's no way. There must be like there have to be year gaps in between. Like
No,
I
no,
can't.
there was not actually.
Give me these receipts because I'm just like,
So according
when did this
to
go?
this, and by the way, you're ranked out of all the streamers
Rank.
on Twitch, you're ranked 123,334, which is actually a lot better than you think because you are the top. Hold on,
What?
it'll tell us what top. You are the top 1.84
What?
percent of Twitch
Huh?
streamers.
Where is the 1.84%? Where is the 1.84%? I
And
I hmm,
hey, this is just what it tells me. But for your all time, because we,
yeah,
we we
yeah.
we're about to talk about this.
And,
So
like,
you've been
okay, okay.
streaming so August of 2017, and
August
then
of 2017. Okay,
and
okay.
then every month since then.
That is a lie. That is 100% lie. Oh
No,
my god,
I have average
2017.
viewers. I have average viewer counts and everything. I'll send this to you.
Wait, I have to see this because I 2017, I've been going like every month. Like
Yes, I'm going to show this to
Eric's
you.
coming in with receipts, and I'm over here like, what? Because I have never.
It's just what happens when
Let me see these receipts. I hope this information works to my advantage because I wish I would have known
It does.
that I was
It
live.
does.
Look, I wish I would have known that I was live. I wish somebody would have told me because
Yeah, take a
where was
look.
the engagement? Who are these people? Hold on.
I think it's great. I mean, you've had
But wait,
quite a bit of a journey.
this is wild. Okay, 2014 makes sense, but everything before that, what
No,
was?
2017. If you go to overall,
Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm having slight memories because I'm like, okay, like I see like Pokemon Pikachu on here, and I'm all like, was I live when I was playing that? But I literally must have been just like staring like blankly. Average 9 viewers of my whole career, I'll accept that. But how? Okay. There. Hold on. This is good because you're bringing up some good memories. Remember how I said before that I was streaming and I went live to show the game to
yep.
a friend? That's mostly that has to be this. Like they're really sporadic, but that has to be this. You guys, I've been streaming for 10 years. I didn't even notice it. Holy
10 years
crap. This
flies.
website is wild.
So who
Oh,
so who
okay, I'm sorry.
is little
Have a
nerdy
continue.
Zalen? Now that we have established
Yes.
10 years of streaming.
Apparently, and I didn't know most of it. Oh my god, this is exciting. Okay. So yeah, who am I? I'm your slightly oversized, funny neighborhood nerdy who enjoys playing action community and yeah, all kinds of games. I'm a variety streamer. Yeah, that's who I am. Get more specific.
And how did your community come about? Like, did it just
Oh,
like grow on Twitch, or was it on
well,
YouTube,
apparently it
or
started in 2017. I don't know where those folks are at. I know where some are because they were there. So my community, technically, if I were to really think about every single instance that I've ever gone online, whether it was for like once a week or once a month or whatever, it was because my community started off offline, as in it was just like friends and coworkers. That's what it was. Like I obviously enjoy playing games, and I've had the fortune of meeting people who shared the hobbies, and so
Mhm.
we would play games together. But I also, especially when I started working, I the gamers that I met at work, I didn't really like live near them. So streaming was a way for us to kind of like get online. So the community started off as people that I would either go to school or work with. That's kind of like how it started off. And then there was this huge dry spell, which I think this does definitely show where there was just nothing happening. And then in 2024 is when I was like, I want to do this again. Like it was, there were a lot of things happening in life, and I felt the need to kind of like essentially kind of carve my own path, but also kind of rebuild, that community and kind of like, connect with my friends. But then also in turn, I made a bunch of other new friends who I'd never actually met in person. And that's where the community kind of started from. But the one thing that I really liked, that's I think is a cornerstone of the community, is that when my friends offline or even like in my earlier streaming days,
Right.
apparently, would whenever we would like play games, it wasn't just about us playing games. Like we'd be playing like fighting games like Smash Bros or something like that. But we would also talk about life, and we would also offer like encouragement to one another despite we're going through. Like I literally remember playing. This sounds so tragic. I remember literally playing a game with someone who had just been fired,
Oh gosh.
and I know it's just like super traumatic. And they were allowed to stay in the building to finish the day or whatever. Okay, they weren't fired. Laid off is probably a better word because fired makes it like they
Uh-huh.
did something wrong. And so we all felt bad, but it wasn't something that they had done. But like I remember sitting there with like a group of us playing the game, and we were just trying to like encourage them, like setting up like regular meetups like later on or whatever,
Right.
and trying to find ways to get them working again because everything was so sudden and none of us had control over it. So I associated community with like gaming, but also like having those personal moments to kind of lift up your fellow man. That's what I'm trying to bring into I guess, the community that's here now.
See, and that's such an important thing. A lot of people think that gamers are just people who hide away in their rooms or in their basements, that they're not building any social skills, that they're not learning anything, that they're just, especially like these kids, like growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, that was the one thing that a lot of people said, like gamers were just going to
Yeah,
amount to nothing. And
yeah.
here we are building communities and meeting friends and actually breaking social barriers that you could not break before. So I think that's really really key that you were able to have that experience, especially starting out, because a lot of people when they start out they don't really have anybody to support them. They kind of wait for those people to like filter in. So I'm really glad that
Yeah.
you had that experience. So we talked about what kind of got you into like hitting go live, but were there any streamers that you were watching in the beginning that made you think, I really want to do that. I really wish I could do something like that.
So the funny thing is, technically, and it's gonna sound so wrong, at least it feels wrong to me. Technically, no. Streaming was just at the time just a tool that I would use to connect with people that I
Mhm.
like physically like couldn't connect with or whatever. Like, it was to help fill that social gap. I used to have to commute like 2 hours like every
Oh,
day to and
wow.
from work. So spending 4 hours, like so that was my socializing or whatever, because I spent all my time on the road. But when I did start streaming, and I have no problem mentioning this particular streamer's name because she came in and like I don't want to say we're at the same level. She's been streaming longer than I have, but she has like her growth has been like amazing, exponential, and it's My Lady Confetti. So
Uh-huh.
she actually was probably the streamer that I looked up to, especially when I started to get back into streaming. Like, hey, I have some questions. Like, how do you kind of like do these things or whatever? And she's like super busy, like extremely busy now, and she's like, partner on Twitch. She has her own
Right.
like she
Oh,
has all this
wow.
stuff going on. But so to me, in my mind, she would probably best answer that question.
Yeah.
But she came after I started streaming because we met in each other's chats, and then I just like I stopped like clearly on that thing. So it's like back, I guess, like 2017, and then she just kept going, and she's been killing it ever
Oh,
since.
good. Yeah, that hitting the partners for the most part like a lot of people's goals, and I'm glad that she was able to like hit that because some people
Yeah.
stream for like 10 plus years and never get that kind of a track.
Apparently, I'm that person now. I didn't know that. Should I feel shame? I don't even know.
So, when did streaming go from being a casual experience or just as you said, just a tool to
Mhm.
show your friend something into being what it is now?
2024 is when I was like, I want to give streaming, like, I want to give it like my full all. Like, let's do this. Like, I had just personally, and I won't. I mean, there's a YouTube video that talks about it a little bit in more detail, but I had just gone through like a huge like series of life changing events in like short succession, and I was like, I I do not want to be the person that gets like super depressed and like
Yeah.
withdraws from the world and then just kind of like doesn't do anything. Like I like every I have this thing that I keep telling myself that whenever there's a hardship that I have to come out stronger. I have to come out on top. So instead
Right.
of like going and getting like drinking myself into like oblivion or whatever, instead of doing things that would downgrade me, I want to
Right.
do things that would upgrade me. I like playing video games. I clearly have the resources to stream or whatever. So I was like, you know what, 2024, let's try to, even though I'm feeling some type of way about my life right now, let me see if I can do something positive
Right.
through streaming. So despite the fact that I guess I was struggling, I didn't want my struggle to be my platform. I wanted to kind of talk to myself, but also talk to other people who were struggling and kind of like get them to be like, hey, it's safe space. It's positive. Like, we can get this one day at a time, or let's play some games, like that kind of thing. And so
Right.
I remember I actually have a canon memory. One of my coworkers, I think I was playing like, oh god, what was I playing? Was it Legend of Zelda? I can't remember. I was playing something and like legit, I was playing for like 4 or 5 hours,
Uh-huh.
and that one coworker was just the only person in my chat, and we were just like talking, but the conversation that we had, um, he kind of still reflects on to this day, which
Right.
in my mind I didn't think of anything of it or whatever, but it was a very encouraging conversation for both of us, and in my mind I was like, well, you know, if it can help one person, just having a good place to come, just have good vibes and energy, and
Yeah.
maybe be a little bit encouraged or whatever. I need it technically, but just because I need it now doesn't mean that I can't try to help someone else and provide it for others who need it as well.
And you
So
do a
we can help
really
each
good
other.
job at that with like so I met littlenerdyxalen on TikTok. I've been following and supporting his channel for I believe it's been a year.
Yes,
Yes, it's been a
yes,
year.
yes. And
Um
me before.
he's I used to like when I was allowed to be on my phone. Well, when I was able to sneak my phone
Ooh,
at work. I was religiously watching Zaylen streams
oh,
because
Eris.
it was very uplifting. Even at home, and it got to a point where like Cal would like be like, "Oh, are you watching Zaylen again?" I'm like, "Yeah," because and you were doing Dragon Age at the time as well, and it's just been one of those
Oh
things
my
where.
god.
Yeah, and obviously, I was very drawn to that because I'm a big Dragon Age fan. And I really resonated with the positivity that he had. And I will never forget that same moment that I had where a young gamer came in and said that,
Mhm.
I don't have any friends. I literally wait for your streams and they make me feel better. They make me want to be better. And now he's doing like musicals and
Yes.
stuff,
Oh,
So I'm like, being a streamer, being a gamer has evolved so much. And I think that you are a
wow.
very positive light in the community and I hope you continue doing that.
Oh,
Um
thank
so
you.
I have to ask, like, what was your very first video game that you played? Not like as a streamer, just in general. Like, what did you start playing?
Okay, I'm glad you said video game, because if you would have said game, I would have been like checkers. Um, oh, video game. Because okay, there was a definitely in my youth. I didn't really. Give me a second. I'm trying to. Okay, this is gonna be weird. I think the first. I don't actually know what it was, to be honest, because I have this memory of. I have older cousins. I have a big
Yeah.
family, and so I remember one of my cousins. They had this kind of like they're into retro games. They always have been,
Yeah.
and I think it was like it was an Olympic game or something. It was some old console. I don't even know. Atari, Nintendo. I don't even know what it was, but it was an Olympic game,
Uh-huh.
and you had to like. It actually was like DDR, like baby DDRs, where you had to like step on pads and like jump, and you had to race against like it was like a track and field game. You had to race against like characters named like Turtle, who was slow, and then there was like Rabbit, who was fast. I never got past Rabbit, but that to me is like a very
A very
hardcore
vivid game
memory.
for you.
Yeah, yeah, because I it was just random.
There's a
I think
very
like it
vivid
was in his
game
room.
that I have a
Yeah.
memory of. I don't even know what it's called. I just remember arriving in a village,
Uh-huh.
and I'm supposed to go save somebody. I go to like this windmill, and then there's a forest, and I go and like I have to fight in the middle of the forest. There's like this big ogre or whatever I have to fight, or a troll. I don't know. I think it's a Zelda game. I don't know. I have very
Windmill.
limited memories of
Yeah, 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 yeah,
playing
yeah. What was
any.
the brain doing?
Yeah, it's hard. And, getting old is, that's what happens. But we won't talk about that. But so, what about on streaming? You mentioned that there was a game that you were playing for your friend, to show him something. Like, what game was that?
I'm honestly trying to remember because like I remember being on PlayStation for sure. So it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like so I remember the conversation that I mentioned before, the kind of like heart to heart with the
Yeah.
guy or whatever, like my coworker. That was Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, and it was like on the Wii because I at that time I had a capture card, y'all. It doesn't matter; those are back in those days. But but no, but there was a game before that one, and I'm trying to remember what I was showing. A part of me feels like it might have been like a Tekken game or
Okay.
something like a fighting game.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Tekken.
but because yeah, I love it too, but like I'm just not skilled at it, and my interest comes and goes in like very huge peaks and waves, and just I'm excited, but I'm like I don't touch it for months. Um, but um, but hashtag Team Raven, Black Ninjas. Anyways, but no, like it might have been a fighting. I know what it was. I remember what it was. It was Tekken. I don't know which one it was. It was Tekken because it was. I think it literally was Raven. I was showing him. I was like, oh my god, this is black hair. That's like Wesley Snipes. That was it. Oh my god, was it really? Wait, does this thing tell me what game I was streaming? Because I'm like, that is the earliest memory I have. Oh, according to this chat, it was Tales of Berseria. Apparently, that was the first game I ever streamed. Yep, apparently. So I don't know where Tekken came from, but according to the interwebs, I'm documented playing Tales of Berseria. So it's an RPG that was shown my friend.
I've
Total
actually
BS.
never heard of that game.
That game is incredible if you like RPGs. And the battle system is the whole Tales series, their battle system is chef's kiss.
Okay.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
we have to look at that, the Tale series. We have to definitely do that. So, let me ask you this,
yes.
going into 2024, did you always set out to be a variety streamer, or was it like set like a specific game, Fortnite or Call of
Oh my
Duty
gosh.
or
No, it was variety. No, no way. I can't focus on just one game. Oh, I can, but I can't. Like, I can't just keep playing like the one game. I probably could if I. Anyways, no. I wanted to be a variety streamer from the get go because I wanted to play different types of games. I wanted to experience different types of stories, which is a really big thing for me when it comes to gaming.
right.
Um, and yeah. So I always intended to be a variety streamer.
And when you think back to when you first started streaming to now, what would you say is the biggest difference between then and now?
Ooh, ooh, there's several differences besides like the room, hair color. No, I would say the biggest difference between then and now, honestly, is probably the people. And
Mhm.
it's not, and I don't want to, and I please, I want this to be a positive thing. This isn't like a sad thing, but like there are so many people, amazing streamers, amazing gamers, different walks of life from different parts of the world that I've had the chance to interact with. That are now a part of this community. Like we have some people like they literally would just be like, "Good morning." I'm all like, "It is 10 o'clock at night where I'm at." Oh, you're across the pond. That's right, Europe. That's right. That country exists. And I'm just like, wow, like the community is probably the biggest thing that's changed. And ironically, I don't think I've changed too much, but the interactions that I get
Mhm.
and the different like people that kind of come in and like inspire me or like make me laugh, and hopefully that I'm also like uplifting their day or whatever. Like that's changed because now it's not just the people that I meet in real life. Like now it's people that I've never even met before that I can have like literally we'll be hanging out on Twitch for like hours on end, and I've never even like seeing your face or whatever. So I think the biggest change is probably community.
You
Yeah,
know,
but not in a bad way.
you know, and you have a great community. You guys are always doing like fun collabs and everything. I always like it's always very high energy whenever I see your streams, especially when you're collabing with other gamers. So I think that's really cool. And do you, when you think back to your equipment upgrades, do you think you made many along the way or any at all?
Yes, yes. First of all, those early strains were from a console, so they're mm, only I think. Mm, yes, I've played. I like technology. I like technology. I've actually, let's see. I lighting was a big upgrade for me because I like color lights. But for fun fact, I didn't just do it for my streaming room. I did it for the whole entire home. But my computer has gone through probably 3 iterations since I've streamed. Um, and on one of my streams, I actually used a I have you are you familiar with Wacom tablets?
No.
Okay, so Wacom tablet is a drawing tablet
Uh-huh.
that yeah, it's one of the drawing screens or whatever that's into your computer. So I had a mobile studio pro and I used that to live stream through a very simple
Oh,
basic
wow.
OBS while I was trying to upgrade my computer because I couldn't stream from that. And I was like, let me try doing a DIY, like experimenting or whatever. And like a bunch of like tech people, I'm calling them tech people, which is a very oversimplification, came in and were just like, hey, when you put that motherboard down, make sure this setting and that setting or whatever. So this
That's
thing has probably been my biggest upgrade. My setup has probably been my biggest upgrade. Yeah.
That is actually really funny because I use an R tablet as my third monitor now. Uh,
Same.
it's
Same.
it's amazing. So let me ask you, just kind of in conjunction to that question,
Mhm.
for the new streamers, what is the very first thing that they should upgrade?
Oof. I mean, it depends where you're starting. If you're starting, if you're fortunate to have like a laptop that could do like a PC game, a game and a stream, or if you're running a console and you're streaming directly from your console, if again, it depends on what you want to and what you want to play. Like if you're playing, if you're like you're a Nintendo person, Nintendo does not stream to any platform right now, as of right now. So you will need to get a capture card and you will need a computer to do it. So if you want to be a Nintendo streamer, I want to emphasize how important it is for a capture card and a computer. It could be a laptop that can at least run like OBS or Arena or whatever
Right.
your software of choice is. So that would be the first thing. If you already have a computer, I think personally, and this is just me, how I wanted to operate my space. This does not work for everybody. And there are people who have found success without this particular tool. I thought it was important to have a camera so that I could develop a type of like human connection. But we're in an era
Yes.
now where people can do VTubing. And so that's not a huge requirement. And I don't think you need it. But for me, I like to I my feedback is that I'm very expressive. And sometimes even my nonverbal expressions are funny. So that's part of the experience you get in my stream.
No,
Is that right, chat?
I think that's a very great feedback. I know everybody has different upgrade recommendations. For me, the biggest thing was making sure that you had good mic, like having a good mic.
Audio, yes.
Yes,
That was my next one.
because
That was my
that
next one.
if there's anything that people do
That's
not
true.
stand is like when they go in and they just hear like the cackling and it just
Oh yeah.
yeah. Really
Can I change my
quickly.
answer? That's like
Really quickly, I do want to just interrupt. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry, Gil. I did not see that you had raided in to
Welcome
us.
in, Raiders.
Thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. Um, okay, so Zaylin,
Mhm.
you're, and I know we're not supposed to really talk about this, but you're familiar with streaming multi-platform. Uh,
Yeah.
as a multi-streamer,
Yeah.
do you think it was worth getting into, or is it more of a headache?
I I have feedback for I streamed to 3 platforms. Streamed past tense to 3 platforms. Now I only do 2. So I guess I am still technically a multi-streamer. Um every the hard thing that I immediately noticed, I think a lot of people, even in our communities, can agree. Discoverability is very hard on Twitch alone, and so multi-streaming does offer you an opportunity to reach a different audience. And one of the things that I found interesting, I'll share some of these learnings, and this could be outdated information, but this is my last experience. The TikTok platform has such a high rate of discoverability because the way that it's developed, it's like Instagram. You have to opt out of stuff. You have to swipe away. The moment you open the platform, there is no homepage like Twitch or YouTube. You're
Right.
instantly bombarded with like content, and then there's a whole life side. So I think a lot of my growth, a lot of people in my community actually found me on TikTok. I want to say like especially during like I don't want to say it's peak, but like mid last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to the platforms. For me, YouTube, I'm keeping a system one because I like keeping my VODs. And Twitch, you have a limit to how many VODs you can have. But also because of whatever's happening with TikTok, a lot of people have gone to vertical streaming on YouTube. And one thing that I've learned is that a lot of countries don't even allow TikTok. So YouTube is their vertical streaming thing. So I'll run into people who are literally not in this in like the US that will watch. So if you want discoverability and you are only relying on streaming, and I want to emphasize this in itself is not advice I recommend, but if you're only relying on streaming for discoverability, I think multi-streaming does have its benefit. However, I also, and I think everybody knows this, I think just creating content that will push people to your streams is invaluable. And that's the true consistent key. Whether you're
Yeah.
posting on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram,
I'm horrible
clips,
at that.
yeah, yeah. It's because everything gets more difficult, it's more time consuming, and
It
like a lot of us do
does.
things
It
outside
does.
of like streaming.
Honestly, so and I hate that you mentioned that, YouTube is a great platform to stream towards, because Cal has been telling me you really need to be working on your YouTube, and I'm just like,
Oh,
I don't want to do all that right now.
okay. This is where I am. Cause like right now, my YouTube. Okay, look, I don't know how this works out, but if I were to give anybody advice when it comes to YouTube, if you want discoverability, again, just because they discover you and view you doesn't say they're going to stick around.
Right.
But if you want discoverability, right now, YouTube vertical, you get more views than going horizontal. I will stream for 6 hours, cold stream, and I will get like 1, 2 views. 1, 2 views. Not viewers, views on YouTube. But if it's vertical, my number is like 100-fold higher, like 200 or like it's much more. And then
Wow.
yeah. So, but vertical, the key right
Has to
now,
be
because I
vertical,
feel like
guys. Must be
yeah,
vertical.
YouTube, yeah, for discoverability. Again, retention's hard though because yes, retention is hard because some people will see your stream. The streaming culture on YouTube is different from Twitch, and they may not follow, they may not come out, they might swipe and lose you and never see you again.
Yeah. Yeah, gosh, that was, and honestly, that's like one of the things, like, as long as I don't see them doing that, leaving me, like how on TikTok you just see them drop out, it like hurts the soul. So,
Hide it all.
did you did you start out, you mentioned building your community from people you knew off stream, coming in to
Mhm.
support, but did you also start out in a big like community, kind of like the pizza party, or was it just all organic people just coming and finding you?
It was when no, I just came out here and just started dancing on corners, and someone eventually gave me a couple quarters, and that was it. And yeah, here we are now. We have a shack. No, like no, I wasn't actually a part of any like big communities. I'm gonna be honest, like before I'm so triggered by the 2017 thing, but like I wasn't part of any streaming scene then. And then when I got more consistent about it in 2024, I was either I literally just got online and would just be streaming to one person, which is really just my stream tabbed up in a window, um, waiting for a coworker or friend to come in.
I think we're all guilty of doing that, to be honest.
And I think it's good in hindsight actually, but I will do that.
I claim I use it to read my chat just in case I miss it on OBS. That's that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. And
You know,
can't
you
nobody
know,
tell me otherwise.
I think that what I always try to like learn, or like I guess optimism is like a thing that I lean into a lot. But I'm like, I remember just weeks streaming to my reflection. My reflection was very entertained, by the way. With the occasional coworker that would come in for like 30 minutes and maybe sit on for the whole stream or whatever, or like a friend or whatever. Um, do not rely on your family to sit in your streams.
Oh,
Okay, they get enough of you. Do not rely on them to do it. If your family does do that, bless them. But my family gets enough of this. They don't want to see it all on their computer and their mobile devices. They don't want to see it. I don't want to see it sometimes. But I will say those early moments I'm grateful for. Only because yeah, there was no one there, but I was able to go back and look at my VODs. And I think that one of the things that this might be a question later, I can't remember, but I think one of the things that people forget is that, like, when your VODs are up, that's an opportunity for someone to discover you, even when you're offline. Because
yep.
and talking through your streams, what you're doing, how you're processing stuff, I feel like that helped me a lot. Even when no one was watching. And when
Yes.
people did start watching or whatever, I've been doing it for months. So like so like now like it's nothing. It doesn't tug my brain anymore. It's more natural to me because I was talking to myself without any medication, and just completely. Just completely just like having full on conversations and reactions or whatever. But then I think I noticed that my VODs were getting looked at. Like I was getting views on my VODs. And I'm like, why aren't you there when I'm online? I don't know the reason, but yeah, I think it does
Honestly,
help to stream.
that's one thing I myself need to work on, like when it's a quiet night, just like constantly talking. So like I was testing it out on my last stream with I've been ripping into
Ooh.
Pokemon cards lately.
Oh, Poke Rips.
Oh my god, it's so good. Don't do it. Anyway, so I've been doing that and I've just been like trying to have like a conversation as I'm like doing that. I don't know if it's even working, but so okay, I have a random question for you. Was there
Ooh.
another streaming name that you almost went with, and do you think the vibe of your community would have been different had you had went with that name?
I've I've always been Zaylin. I've always been Zaylin. I have always been Zaylin. Yeah, yeah. I will share this tidbit with you guys. I won't say the name, but I did try doing content creation in the past as part of like a team for a short period of time,
Uh
but
huh.
it was just Zaylin and the other person, like that was it. Yeah. But yeah, I've always streamed online. That's Zaylin.
As
Little
in,
Nerdy Zaylin, I think is definitely is good because it's something provoking about it.
uh huh.
People automatically have expectations when they hear Little Nerdy, and good or bad, but I think it's enough to get your attention. And then you meet me and you're either extremely like surprised or extremely disappointed. Like either way it goes.
See, talking about name changing, so like my my name, Dark Goddess Era,
Ooh.
started as like it went through like different phases. I went by a completely different gaming name. And this was like
Oh.
when me and Cal met on a mobile game called Dragons of Atlantis. And then I joined
Huh.
like a clan because it was like one of those clan type of like games. I joined a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
clan and I wanted to match the theme of it. It was called Order of Chaos, so I went to Dark Lady Eris. And then when I went into what is that called? Oh gosh. I can't even remember the name of the game that I still kind of sort of play.
Oh, okay. You still play it?
Yeah, it's called Diablo's Immortals. I was having such a big so it's
Oh,
like
oh, Diablo. Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so Diablo Immortal is like a mobile version of the
Yeah.
game. I'm very big
Yes,
into mobile
I'm
games
familiar with it.
and um I started a clan and when I became that clan leader, I upgraded from Dark Lady to Dark Goddess and it's just been Dark Goddess since. That was the lore behind
Oh,
my name. And
okay.
people will struggle all the time about whether or not they should keep their name or if they should change it, like Hal's one of them. He's, been playing back and forth whether or not he should change his name. And I was like, leave it.
Oh,
Leave it. I think if you have a name and you are already getting viewers to that name, making a change to that name while you have viewers or a following, I think I think it does more damage, in my opinion, because it's a
mm-hmm,
change that
mm-hmm.
people are like, wait a minute, what are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah,
It's good to do it at
yeah,
the very beginning when you don't really have a whole lot of people following you.
Yeah, I actually I want to agree with you on that one. Especially like when you're smaller, there's a lower risk of losing anything. But I mean, in a dark artist areas, you may even experience this in your communities or whatever. People come in, they're chatting, and they change the name. Sometimes, if your name changes something that's completely different from how I met you, our previous conversations, what we talked about, my brain will not connect them. My
Yeah.
brain will not connect them. I'll start addressing you by your new name as though you're a brand new person. And you're like, oh, remember me? It's Tim of Ironsmith, and I'm just like, nope, nope, my brain won't do it. My brain won't do the extra work.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
can't
that,
remember.
yeah, but I think that consistency, like brands or
Yep.
whatever, like if you're on different platforms, I think one of the biggest things that help you is that, like, as far as I'm concerned, Little Nerdy Zalen on all the platforms, my name is the same. Certain games like Marvel Rivals, I have to go by LN underscore Zalen because my name is too long with
Yeah.
it or whatever.
I feel
But
that.
like for the most part, yeah, right. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I think to your point, like keep your name the same. I think it's very helpful so that people can get familiar with the brand. It's easier to find you on this
Yep.
platform or another one. Yeah.
And also, it makes it easier for your viewers. Like, some people will change their name and their identity, or they'll end their streaming career and then come back as a completely different person. And then
Yeah.
when old followers find you, they start saying your name, and new people are
Oh.
like, "Oh, who's that?" And then they go, and if
Yeah.
it's something that you're trying to leave in the past, it's very, very hard to do that when you've already established content in
Yeah.
under that same name. So, yeah, it
Oh,
is definitely one of
yeah.
those things. We always want to be very mindful of what we're doing. You are officially out there in the world. You
Yeah,
have to
you're a
be very
brand. Think of
mindful.
yourself as a brand.
Yeah, you are now
Yeah,
officially a brand. You're not just, you're not just Zaylin, you're not just Eris. You are literally a brand. And you have to present yourself as that, whatever that
yeah.
brand may be. So, speaking of brand, part of who you are, especially from your recent TikTok videos that we've
Hmm.
seen,
Hmm.
is your faith. And we don't typically talk about religion on the podcast or politics just because we try to keep that, you know,
Sensitive topics.
yeah, those are very sensitive topics. But for you, it is definitely something that is a big part of who you are. How
Mhm.
has faith affected your choices in being a streamer, and has it changed your perspective on certain games or shows?
Well, when it comes to just being a streamer, like obviously I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that everyone in my chat is a human being, except for the few bots that sneak in. But I'm a human being. I have emotions. I go through stuff. Like I mentioned before, when I started streaming, I was at a low point, and
Mm-hmm.
my faith was actually something that kind of kept me kind of going forward. It kind of helped encourage me, and through that, there was even like a shift in my offline community
Mm-hmm.
that kind of helped support me. Not because people like that was discarded or like abandoned or anything like that, but it's more so that people kind of came up out of the wood, like out of nowhere, and were super supportive of me. And I do think that that is a gift from God. Like I identify as a Christian, and I understand that people have multiple opinions about faith and religion, and I'm not here to persuade or change or make anybody. No, no. The thing that I appreciate about my faith is that a lot of the practices, a lot of the ideas are universal, regardless of whether you believe the same thing that I have or whatever. I think that there's so much value in helping people. Like again, I'm gonna try not to go on my little rant because I feel it bubbling. I'm just like, hold on, hold on. But I will say this. I will say this. Um, a lot of people that I've met in the past, their problem with religion, which is understandable, is really the people. The concept of a God, you have you want that goes around helping, loving, showing that kind of connection. No one really ever really has a problem with that. It's the people that use that and manipulate that. So with me, my core understanding is all about love, like loving other people. And that is what my faith follows. That's what, again, Christian, Jesus Christ, that's all he did. He didn't care what you look like, where you came from, or whatever. Like, he was all about helping those who were in need. And if you decide to follow whatever, that's your choice. But I'm not here to like convince anybody to become a Christian. I'm just like, I have love. I have my strength comes from these beliefs or whatever. And if you align with them, you're more than welcome to ask me questions. But at the same time, like I'm not trying to shove anything down anyone's throat. If you
Right.
ask me, because my brand is who I am as a person. If you ask me, it's a big part of it. So you get some of it. That's
Yeah,
it.
and
But as far as yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, 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 no. Go ahead, because I was going to answer the second part about the shows and games or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
has it affected your choice in like choosing certain games? Or I know some people are like they won't do heavy gore because their faith just does not allow it. Um
Hmm. Honestly, I think I can technically stream whatever I want. Me personally, and I think I've even talked about this like several times during my streams. People do associate like I guess like profanity with like religion or whatever. They're not the same thing. Okay, I just want everyone to be clear on that. But I do stream in a rough. I try to keep my streams PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
And there are if I'm playing games that have more graphic nature, I do put on censorship. But I don't. I will say, and this is a misconception about me, as I do that because of my faith. No, I do that because I want to have accessibility. Some
Yes.
people are more sensitive to levels of violence and nudity and stuff like that or whatever. And I do not, at least right now, I don't feel there's a need to put those kind of like gates in my
Yeah.
community. And I've also noticed that, depending on your perspective or whatever, some members, may be at different stages in their life. And I'm using that term very loosely. So just encompass it
Yeah.
however you want.
No, I
And I
agree.
want to keep the accessibility because I want this to be a positive space. Whatever's going on in your life, if you come here and I'm playing the game, struggling the game, losing terribly in the game or whatever, we're gonna have a good time. And I want you to have I don't want you to be concerned about like this or that or whatever. I'm not gonna use certain language, those are just me. And I want to keep this accessible. So and I always tell the story. One person in my chat told me, and this I was just like, oh, I feel honored, but also like, ooh, they were like, I'm having dinner with my wife and kids and we're watching it. And I'm just like, ooh, that's ooh, your kids? Excuse me, what? Like, excuse me? I was like, your kids? Okay, and I'm like, what am I playing? I was playing a Mario game, which okay. But even then, I was just like, huh, okay, this is yeah, yeah, they feel safe watching this as a family. And out of all the things you could be watching, the fact that you're watching my little, small, wonderful community of like nerdies, kind of like warmed my heart a little bit because I was like, I want to get past the anxiety of freaking out of like, why is your family watching me? But like that to me was that, and again, that's not a reflection on my faith, but like, I don't know. I don't, my faith has not made me want to play any game more
Or
or
less.
less.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really glad that you brought that up about accessibility, not in terms of like what people think, when it comes to accessibility, but more so how open you are to your audience. I
Mm-hmm.
originally started as an 18 plus streamer
Mm-hmm.
because I have a very bad potty mouth. Off stream, I curse like crazy. But on stream, I try very hard to limit even that because, as I mentioned before, kids come in. You can't stop kids from watching your streams. You just can't.
Especially on YouTube, just
Yeah,
letting you
they
know.
will lie about their ages. They will lie
Mm-hmm.
about everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just go ahead and I just try to keep in mind that, hey, I might have kids in my stream. And I do not want to be the influence on these kids that, some of these toxic streamers are. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
be somebody who is able to make a change, like that kid who said, hey, you really make my day feel a little
Right.
bit better. That really
Yeah.
did something for me on an emotional
Yeah.
mental level, because I also suffer from major depression and all that stuff, and just knowing that I can make that kind of impact. And if that is not something that you care about, guys, if all you care about is making money and putting your name out there, think about it like this. As a family friendly or PG-13 streamer, you are accessing not just the kid, but their parents. And if the kid is deep into your
Oh.
brand, the
Oh.
parents will buy your brand for their kid. Look at Mr. Beast. Look at Dream. Look at George. All those guys. Sapnap.
That
Sap.
is.
Yeah,
You're
Sapnap.
right.
Yeah.
You are right.
If
You're
all
right.
you're thinking about is the money, think about it like that.
No, that's so valid. That's so valid. Like I think I was having this conversation recently with some people, and I was like, "We're entertainment. Like we are channels. Like
Exactly.
think about like old school TV. You went to Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, like whatever PBS, certain times a day or whatever. Like you went to those channels, and your family would go to those channels. So they knew that certain things were going to pop up. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like things that were maybe on like oh, think of an old. No, that's rated R. Think of MTV, and
Yeah.
then versus like Nickelodeon. Like
Yeah.
families are going to most likely watch things together, and people are going to invest their money, time, or whatever into Nickelodeon as a family, as opposed to like MTV. So you're so right. The audience does kind of change. However, I will say this though. I will say this though, especially about like our wonderful youth who aspire to be older and be in spaces that are adult. Because we all, I'm guilty of it. We all watched up when we were younger.
Yep.
We were definitely watching, playing games, listening to things that were probably too mature of us for at that stage in our lives. I will say this: I probably don't do a lot of profanity, and people on my streams have picked up on this. I always encourage you can express yourself, but
Yes.
take a more use your vocabulary when you express yourself and choose some alternative words.
Yes.
So like if you want to call this person a streetwalker or someone who it disposes their body for compromise integrity, like on the like there were different ways to say things. That's my kind of humor. Like I will curse you out, but I won't necessarily use the words you're expecting.
Right,
You'll sit there, you'll
exactly.
think about it and be like, did you just say that I was, like,
Yes, exactly. No,
I'm
and I
gonna
know
do certain things,
exactly
but yeah,
what you
yeah, yeah,
mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
That's my thing. That is my thing.
I honestly also we also have to remember as streamers that the vast majority of viewers are younger viewers.
Yes, yeah.
Um
We're their TV.
we just got to remember that, guys. It's always it's always something to think about. All right.
Yeah.
So shifting gears a little bit, you're a
Okay.
nerd.
Okay.
I'm a
Mm-hmm.
nerd.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest,
Mm-hmm.
actually, matter of fact, that was the number one reason why I followed you. Not because you were playing Dragon Age, but because you called your community nerdies. And my whole
Hey.
tagline has always been nerded out.
Yep. Yes.
And I
Yes.
actually plan to get that as a decal, nerded out. Literally.
Ooh.
That
Okay.
has
Okay.
always been
Okay.
my thing. So let's nerd it out a little bit.
Okay.
We
Okay.
mentioned
Okay.
you're a variety streamer. I'm a variety streamer.
Mm-hmm.
Other than
Mm-hmm.
gaming, what else do you do on stream?
Okay. Ooh, well, clearly I'm doing podcasts now, but no. I mentioned before once I did a tech upgrade, but I most recently, and I want to thank the community for encouraging me to go this route. You see, I'm like staring to the ground because I'm just like, wow, this is really happening. Um, I've most recently, like within the past month, I've gotten into Legos.
Oh, yes.
So
I saw you do one.
I know, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. But I'm only building while I'm streaming, and that's okay with me because that's financially safe for me. I should not be buying things to build offline because finances are part of adulting, and I don't need to lose this home. But with that being said, so outside of game, because gaming honestly is all I really want to stream. Like really, and I'm gonna be, and I'll be a little bit vulnerable, and I throw hints at this. I even think I realized I put a hint about this even in my like announcement for this is that like I feel like people in my community are going to immediately like try to shut this down, but I appreciate gaming because oh god, I feel the stares of my community right now because they've all every time I say this they shoot me down on this, but I I feel that I'm more interesting when I'm playing games. And so I rely usually on games as a means of having a topic and connecting with people.
Right.
I have a secret. It's not really a secret because I've said it several times, just no one believes me. I'm an introvert. Okay.
I
I don't
find that very hard
I
to believe.
I do and this is how I define it. I do not get energy in groups of people. I'm in my space. I recharge when I am alone, when I'm away from things. I'm an introvert. That's how introverts work. So now me playing a game by myself, my energy is completely fine. Now, if I was like out at a stadium or something like that, my energy would actually decrease over time because that's just how I'm wired or whatever. And I understand that and I'm fine with it. But I will say this. These cozy streams have forced me to not rely on gaming
Yeah.
to appear interesting. Interesting. There's something I can use there, but interesting. And the community has responded very well to it because I was very self-conscious about doing something that was not gaming. So thank you, community, for encouraging me, but also kind of like being there and showing more of yourselves. I think that helps as well because I'm learning
Yeah.
more people in my community as we're talking, and I'm putting together bricks and freaking out over pieces that I think I'm losing.
No, I think that's awesome because from time to time I'll do like drawing on my stream, and I'm just like nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to see it.
Oh,
So
drawing.
I'll be playing
Ooh.
like music in the background, and I'm just like maybe they'll just like the music, and then I start singing. I'm like, great, I'm gonna chase off all my viewers because of my singing.
No, 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 not at all, not at all.
So okay, do you think as a variety streamer it's harder to decide what to stream and to stick to it? Like if you have a game, let's use Dragon Age as an
Oh,
example.
mm-hmm.
You want to play that game to completion. But now you want to do something else. Like, do people choose the game for you, and do you stick to it
Oh,
typically, or do you choose the game yourself, and do you decide if you're gonna stick to it or not?
99% of the games I choose myself. And I have this thing, it's a personality quirk for better for worse. If I start something, I finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think every game that I've streamed, I've actually completed. And then with that being said, I will also I'm having flashbacks to the beginning of the year. Not only will I complete the game, but I will not add other games if I'm playing too many games at once and they haven't been completed yet. So my community is aware of this. There was a wonderful game that I started last March called Metaphor, which everyone told me was a long game. It's an RPG. It was extremely long. I played other games while playing it simultaneously, but I was determined to beat that game and I was going to stream the ending. And I tried to beat it before I started in March of 2025. I tried to beat it airs in December and I ended up beating it January 2nd after like multiple 12-hour streams. People were freaking out because they were just like, oh my God, you're still playing this game. I was like, yeah, someone in our community even pretended that they didn't even know what the game was, even though I've been playing it for like 9 months. Like it was like it's like it was wild. But if I start a game, if I start the game, I will complete it, and I usually pick the games that get started. But the community can get me to play other games I never want to play. You guys know there's regular challenges. One I'm kind of upset about, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to encourage you guys because they're here. The community's here and they're waiting. I'll play Fortnite. I'm not good at shooters except for Marvel Rivals. I'll play Fortnite, and then there's another challenge from the type of genre of games that I avoid. And they're doing it right now in the chat. So yes, so I will. So they get those decisions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
that's something I need to learn on my own is like making sure that I stick to a game and like see my problem is Dragon Age burned me out because I was playing it nonstop and then I would start another run. So I'm supposed to be playing Hogwarts Legacy. I had the
Ooh.
chat vote on it
Okay. Okay. Okay.
months ago and I still have yet to
Okay.
start it. So so I you know maybe not let anybody vote just yet until I'm ready to start really diving into the game. So you're very active in games like in Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any games you stream that are just nice and cozy?
Lord. Okay.
Games now,
Well,
games, not Legos.
no. Yeah. 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 Actually, I'm going to have to say as of right now, no. And it's funny because you mentioned Marvel Rivals, and I'm like, Marvel Rivals technically isn't a game that I would be playing, but this one it's the only shooter game that actually got my attention. I play it every Friday because it's my community stream, and I play it mostly with community. I don't play it competitively really or anything like that. When it comes to cozy games, I thought that I was playing a cozy game, and there's still a debate about this, but there was that new Legend of Zelda game where you play Zelda herself,
Uh huh.
and I thought that was cozy, but people kept going back and forth saying it's not cozy because there's combat and blah, blah, yada, yada. Um, I normally do not play cozy games, not because I have anything against cozy games. It's just that I really enjoy the rush and excitement that I get from like action games and like a good story. However, like people in the chat even saying like Power World is cozy. Is it? I don't know anymore. Because if you're telling me that, what is a cozy game at this point? Because I thought cozy games didn't have combat. That's what I was told when I was like, oh, this Legend of Zelda game's cozy. Because I'm just like making, but they were like, no, this isn't cozy. And I was just like, I don't know anymore.
Believe
Someone's
it or
gatekeeping.
not, what is that game? Stardew Valley.
Uh huh. Okay.
It's a cozy game with combat, and surprisingly, people enjoy watching you play
So the rule doesn't apply,
it.
right?
Yeah, that doesn't
Okay.
apply.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay. I
that's
just
it's
recently learned that Fields of Mystery apparently has like
yeah.
combat other stuff, and it's also considered cozy. And I was just like, I've been misled. It's okay. It's okay.
So, do you prevent yourself from being totally locked in and for like how do you prevent yourself from being totally locked into a game and forgetting about chat? Because I want to
Oh,
know.
I the fact that you think that I don't forget about chat is amazing to me. Because I'm like, I'll be playing the game, and every week chat's like, switch the screen. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like, oh my god, you guys are just watching my face. I'm not even like showing you the game. Like it's definitely it's definitely. Thank you. That was a compliment. And I think also because I'm multi-streaming, I sometimes I'll get both energy from Twitch and a chat from both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
And for some strange reason, I have not enabled slow mode on Twitch yet. So I feel like I feel like I actually miss a lot of the chat sometimes, and I have to pause and then like ingest tons of text to kind of just catch up on it.
Yeah, apparently
So
you
for me,
leave chat on the red a lot, according to Lily.
exactly. No, this is true. Like, cause I'll get focused on the game, I'll be into it, and there'll be like people having a conversation. And I'll look over and I'll be like, oh wait, what happened? What? Huh? And then I'll read it out of order because I'll read the first thing at the bottom and I'll jump up. So
And
I
then
don't
you're
know if
like,
I'm
wait, what?
doing
I think I've actually seen that happen live
yes,
myself. But you're like reading down
yeah,
and then you're like, wait. Let me go back.
exactly, exactly. But I will say one thing that helps. Remember how you said you had your third monitor is like a tablet.
Yes.
So the way my setup is, I now have chat under on my drawing tablet under my monitor. So I'm looking at the screen. My peripheral vision will see words moving on the bottom, and that's acting as a visual cue for me to look down and
Yeah.
read the chat.
See, and
Yeah,
that's
because I
another
normally had it
reason
on the
why
middle
like I'll
screen.
have like my phone pulled up for chat. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it because as I'm
Look,
looking down, I can see,
yeah,
chat
yeah,
going. So
yeah.
yeah. So
It's in your field of vision. Yeah.
so other than the obvious answer, because I feel like this is going to be an obvious answer, what
Okay.
game has emotionally destroyed you on stream?
On stream, I'm about to say, because I've definitely cried off stream over a video game, but you didn't ask that question, so you won't get an answer. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. You probably do know the answer. Right now. The first time to my mind was Expedition 33, Claire Obscura.
Which I haven't
That
finished yet.
oh oh, if you have emotional range, and if you are a person that can become vulnerable, um, that game, I it was very good. I love story for this reason. It was people in the chat are already upset. Oh, it's such a good game, good storytelling. That game
Yes.
actually made me emotional. And when I got to the end, and there was no recorded footage of this, but while I was watching the screen, my camera's over here. I actually, like at the end of the game, I actually did shed a tear on my off-screen eye. I was just like, wait, like it was just, yeah. Yeah, Clay Obscura
So
Expedition 33. That's it.
so
That's the one.
now that you've explained that to us, what about off stream?
Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X's ending actually made me sad. And I know there's a sequel, and I'm glad there was a sequel. I was glad there was a sequel for story reasons, but I that game, I don't know where I was in life. I don't know if it was just like adolescence and hormones were all over the place, but I was so infatuated with that world and like its whole tropical aesthetic, and then like
Yeah.
the whole like singing, and then like this whole party of people, and then like Lulu's bodies was banging. Like it was there was just a lot of like things about the game that just were fully engaging to me. And then when you get to the end of the story, and especially for those who know, when you get to the credits, and then like during the credits, while the singer's singing like "Si te quitané" or whatever, and I'm listening to like the song, which I did not know the English words for at the time, and I'm just like, this is so sad. Like, why did the game end like this? Like, why? I mean, yay, it's an ending, and there's resolution. And I'm trying not to spoil anything for those who haven't played it, but I'm just like, great, it's like an 85,000-year-old game, but I'm just like, this is really emotional for me. And then you get that little like, there's an end credit scene. I'm just like, I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that helped, but that offline, it was Final Fantasy X, and that was obviously way before I started streaming, way before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think emotionally wrecked, I'd have to say one of them was when I first did Dragon Age Inquisition. Um and
Oh,
I
who did
played
you?
as a
Mm-hmm.
solo villain for the first time. That romance scene
Mm,
that they had, that actually really like
mm,
hurt. That really hurt.
mm.
But there, I don't
Oh,
know if I.
BioWare.
There's very few games that have just emotionally like depleted me. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of scared to finish Claire because that first, I've never like
You have to.
I haven't even gotten past. So I found, oh, what's her name? The friend, the
Lynette.
younger, yeah, Lynette.
Oh,
No, no.
the redhead,
Yes, that one.
Mael.
Mayo, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've already found her. We're still underwater. Uh, but
Mm,
that
mm,
first,
mm.
like, seeing the prologue, I still am very sad about that.
That's why I knew the game. Oh,
and
that's why
the
I knew. I was like, this game is emotional depth sentence
and
because
this the
the prologue.
music. The
Because the
music is
prologue.
very just
The music, I'm about to like strangle myself just out of like pure emotional excitement. The music has no business. The game and the story and the acting is already great and
yeah,
emotional. The
yeah.
music has no business going that hard
No, it
all
does
the time.
not.
It's so engaging, and it fits the mood, and it feels so, sometimes it just feels so solemn. And
Yeah.
wait until you get to the rest of the soundtrack, because
I
when I tell
actually
you there are some songs,
soundtracks play a really heavy part in games like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Fallout 4, I stopped playing that because the
Oh,
music made me so depressed. Like
holy crap.
emotionally, I was like I enjoyed playing it. I was deep in playing it. But then it got to a point where the music was just so like they have like frequencies, right? Like music,
Yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah,
has
yeah.
frequencies. And the music in there, the frequencies of it just made me feel very like depressed, like I was in a post-apocalyptic world and I was just like, man.
Mm,
So I
mm,
actually had to stop playing it because of
mm,
that reason.
mm, I'm not. I am. If I ever go back to Fallout 4, I would have to start all over. And I have. I don't know. I don't know if I. Yes. Just everything you said. Just yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just it's one of those things. And thank you, George, so much for the raid in. I really
Woo! Welcome in,
appreciate it. No,
Raiders.
welcome in. By the way, for those of you just joining in, welcome to the
Mhm.
chaos. I'm Dark Goddess Ares, joined by our slightly oversized, friendly neighborhood nerdy, little nerdy Zaylin. On episode 6 of Behind the Chaos, join us, welcome in. Questions are allowed as long as it's pertinent to the show or to our
Mhm.
guest. All other chat, we are watching the chat, but we're not like actively engaging. So I apologize if you think we are ignoring you. We are not. We are watching. Well, I am at least. I don't know about Zaylin. Apparently,
I'm
he
watching.
reads everybody on.
Exactly. Exactly. So I guess they're used to it.
Okay,
I have room for
so
improvement.
we talked about that Olympic game back in the
Hmm.
beginning of the show.
Right.
Have
That cannot
you
be
come
named.
across it recently or played it recently as an
No.
adult?
I don't. I don't even know what. I don't even know what the console was like. In my mind now, I'm like, that game must have been really advanced, because there was interactivity. Like, you had to like, there was like a little like
Like a
plastic
little, like,
pad or something like that.
oh, you know what? Hold on. I think I know what
Because I
game.
because until now I hadn't thought about that game, but it was an Olympic game. It was some kind of retro like old game. You were like a sprite running, and you just like left, right, left, right, left, right on your feet. And I remember like that was
It
my
was
like my older cousin had that, and I was just like
World Class Track Meet 1988. Came out on Nintendo.
1988. I'm here for it.
It
I'm here
came
for it.
out on
I'm here for it. I'm here
NES,
for it.
and
Okay, it wasn't
players,
Nintendo. Okay,
yeah, players physically run and jump on the 12-button plastic mat to control characters in events like 100-meter dash, long jumps, and hurdles.
that had to have been it. That
Yes.
had to have been it. Also, kudos to him for taking care of that like thing for so long because you said 1980 child. What controller? Amazing.
Yes.
That is like high tech technology. Because I'm gonna be honest, like
That was,
that is a
by
lot.
the way, that was before Dance Dance Revolution, guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, I used to enjoy Dance Dance Revolution. Mm,
So,
I wasn't built like this, but yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
what are your top? What?
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
top.
I skipped a game. I skipped a question, and this is an
Oh,
important one. What is one
okay.
game you absolutely refuse to play, and why?
One game, I can give you a whole list. 90% of them are in horror. Like that's just there's a whole genre. I can just like okay, most recently, the game that I refuse to play, and I say this every time, and I don't care what you guys do in the community, the answer is still gonna be no. I'm not playing Silent Hill 2. I'm not playing Silent Hill 2. I'm not playing any iteration of Silent Hill. Okay. I have never seen a playthrough of Silent Hill. My body does not accept it. My consciousness, my spirit does not. In fact, at this point, Silent Hill goes against my religious beliefs. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, I'm just I can't do it. I can't. I tuned in for 3 seconds watching someone stream this Silent Hill game, and there was something in the ceiling, and I immediately have flashbacks to uh in Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. There's in the Forest Temple. There's this like monster that grabs you, and that freaked me out. I was too young to be experiencing that. I was too young to be experiencing that, and that's what it reminds me of. So I'm not doing that. The other one that just came out, I've already gotten through like Resident Evil Requiem. I'm not touching that game. I'm not touching that game. You guys barely got me through Alan Wake. No, no, there are several games. Give me another horror game. I'll just tell you now. I'll just tell you now.
So
Mm-hmm.
we do have a question in chat
Oh Lord.
from Boba Fett. I have a question, Zaylin. When you play RPGs, do you find yourself making choices Zaylin would make, or do you play more like the character?
It depends. It depends. I usually try to make choices that the character I role play. I try to role play. The Dragon Age game you played, that was a role play for me. That was definitely a role play for me. And but I was trying to like not put myself into it and like use like justification for why the character I was playing would make these kind of decisions or pursue these type of relationships. So I tried to role play. I tried to role play. Um in the most recent game that I got to play, there were decisions made that I would not have made, but I think it was good for the game. And that's Dispatch. Dispatch. There were a lot of decisions in that game that I personally, me, I would not have done. I would not have done. But for the character, I did it, and also I kind of understood that like I have no place in that world, and I would probably be hated or die early.
So you know, and
You
you
guys know.
you bring up a very great topic. So as an RPG player,
Mhm.
I do a lot of headcanoning for all my characters. Before
Oh
Velgard even
Lord.
told us like the
Oh
story and
Lord.
everything, before the game even came out, I had an OC for every single class, every single faction. So in total I have
Love a good OC.
18 OCs
Oh,
for
let's
Dragon Age
go. Okay.
Velgard.
Okay.
For Velgard alone. For Inquisition, I have a male and a female inquisitor for every race. So and they all have different like
Ooh.
headcanons. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
you just when you play games like RPGs, you just get so deep into like the
Absolutely.
decision making. It's very hard to play as yourself because it's the one time where you get to go in and say, "Hey, this is me as this character. This is what I would do." Like Skyrim,
Skyrim.
for. Forget about it. We breaking into
Too
houses.
many reset files. Too many reset files. Too many starting to. Oh my god.
I would
Oh my
never
god.
break into somebody's house and steal their stuff, let alone their food. I would never do it. Skyrim,
Right,
I'm breaking
but
in and I'm stealing your
exactly,
your sweet
exactly.
roll.
And I am looking around at night, and I am taking out people who bump me in the street. Like I am petty. Sometimes, like I had one character that was so petty. Like literally, if I made a collision with a character, I would find out where they would live, and I would unalive them.
Yes.
Because why not? And
Yes.
then and that might have been my first playthrough. Because then I think isn't Skyrim the one with the Dark Brotherhood?
Yes.
Is that the one where it kind of like appear in the room or whatever?
Yep.
You know,
Hmm.
I thought I was in trouble. Like my butt cheeks were pouring, and I was like, I'm about to get like I was so scared because I was like, who is this man in my bed? It wasn't really my bed. I think I actually was in someone else's home. I think I actually slept in the bed of the person I killed. You know, mm, mm, mm-hmm. Yep, I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah, it's such
Yep,
a
yep.
okay. All right. So, what are your top 3 games you will never get tired of?
Okay, my community knows that I'm not good with superlatives, like favorites or whatever, because I feel like it changes. So at currently, right now, I will say the most easiest answer for me to say right now is Marvel Rivals, because that is the only shooting game I've enjoyed this long. And as someone pointed out, I'm not even shooting when I'm in the game. I'm playing like Rogue. I'm punching people.
Oh, I
Um,
love
so
Rogue.
so I'm not even shooting. I'm just like I'm punching people. The Hulk is the reason I started playing the game because punches. Then I finally had projectiles, and I was like, never using these because I can't aim. Uh, the other game, and this one I don't actually play a lot. But this is honestly like this was a very very big core of my offline community was Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Okay.
That is a game that I if anybody's like let's play Super Smash Brothers, if it's at a game party, if it's at any party, there is a high probability that my desire to be antisocial, introverted self will find the nearest controller and I will park it and I will live on that game. Um, as far as a third one goes, a game that I would not get tired of, I try to go back and think about like a game that I played over and over again as a way to kind of thinking of one. And I think it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like I think I will play that game over and over again because I just it was just a great game. So
Yeah,
those are
that's
three
fair.
games, and subs to change. Subs, all those are subs to change. Just letting you know right now. Two are multiplayer, ironically. Hmm.
So, with all fandoms, we have our favorites. Who
Oh
is your
boy, here we
favorite
go.
superhero, supervillain, fantasy character, anime show,
Oh my
and
god.
franchise?
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be hard because Lord have mercy.
And if it's too
Okay.
hard, you can pick one of those categories.
I'm. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. All right. Superhero. I'm going to. I'm going to. Are we doing this? Oh, now they're hearing you talk to yourself. This is not good. Um, I am going to go with. Okay. No shame. No shame. Superhero. If it's DC Universe, I have this weird affinity for Superboy. Because he is. I know it's weird. It's weird because he's like nobody wants him. Um, because I think the animated series Young Justice did this properly because like he's a clone of Superman, but he has like Lex Luthor's DNA, so he has like two daddies. But then like
Okay.
Superman's like, oh, like I didn't ask for a kid, like up and away. And I'm just like, dang, Supes, like, and then, you know, like so I like that version of Superboy because there's so many versions. If I were to go to the Marvel universe, um, that one's actually harder for me, and I guess I'm doing Marvel DC. But I will say that I really enjoy Jean Grey. I've always thought Jean Grey was really cool. So there we go. There we go. I will go with that as far as like favorites. I will go with that as far as favorites. Is that fine? It might change tomorrow. Um, the other category, super villain. Super villain. I don't. The one that always kind of sticks out to me when it comes to super villains is and probably because there were so many reruns. Frieza.
Yes.
Frieza is like
Yes.
Frieza is just he's just he's sassy, he's hilarious, he's cutthroat, he literally does not care and will kill your homie right in front of you and then laugh about it. And on top of that, he's wearing white and pink, which are probably the least aggressive colors you can have for a palette. So
He
like it's just
um he loves, like, I love the moments where like he's using big words, And when people
Yes.
ask him what the
So
words mean,
condescending.
he's not like mean about it. He's not like bashing them. He's explaining what the word means.
Super condescending.
So it's like he
He's
cares
super
about your
condescending.
education. He just doesn't care about your life.
Like at this point, I don't know if he's. I think he is technically still a villain. I don't know, but I don't know. He always stuck out to me because I was like, this guy is just like,
Oh, I love
without
Frieza.
knowing anything about
Frieza's
him,
yeah.
like I was just like my first impression of Caesar was like, who is this like pale pink pointy eared dude in a wheelchair? Like, what is happening? Like, I was just like, it's like, who is this little dude? He's vile, and we love him for that. What was the other category?
Fantasy
Fantasy
character,
character.
anime show, and franchise.
Fantasy character might be actually hard for me. That one actually, I might skip that one. Fantasy
Okay,
character. Ooh, yes. Anime show. Ooh. Ooh, this one has changed so many times. There was a period of time where I was obsessed with Furikuri, but it was from a more technical standpoint. I really love the animation, but there is an obscure anime that I've thought about recently that I want to say it's probably one of the earlier animes that was not Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon because those technically though it's them, but a lot of my anime journey truly began where I was actually pursuing something and willing to pay money to get like the recordings of or whatever was this anime called Exo Saga that I feel like no one's ever heard of. And I think that's why it's probably my favorite because it's so obscure that it feels like a me thing. Exo Saga. Yeah.
excuse me. I'm so sorry.
And then
No,
last but not least, oh
yeah,
okay.
no. You're fine. Your favorite franchise?
Eris, these are like I'm looking at my room just like, okay, which one do you have the most of? Let's go with Dragon Ball. That's fun. Yeah,
Okay,
we
all
got
right, let's
Broly,
go.
we got Vegeta. We'll go with Dragon Ball. Yeah, let's go with that.
If you could be plucked up and inserted into any franchise, which one would it be?
Ooh, 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 ooh. Like we like are we talking like isekai where I have the abilities of whatever's in that world? Or are we talking about just like we just dropping Zaylan like in the middle of this situation? Like what are
Both,
hmm.
either or, whatever.
No. Oh my god, that's a okay. Franchise.
Here, let's make it easy
Mm,
for you.
mm.
Right
It
now,
can't be
for
Dragon Ball
me,
Z because the world's gonna get destroyed. I'm gonna die. Mm,
For me right now, I would either go if we're talking all franchises, probably Lord of the Rings for me personally. Um
okay.
but if we're talking like anime, I'm probably going into Demon Hunters.
Oh, you brave. I'm getting got in Demon Hunters. I'm not making it to Tuesday. Um, so I think if I could franchise, honestly, can I? Oh, this might be a cop out answer, so I'm sorry, y'all. Can I just say like the Marvel
Yeah, you go for it.
franchise?
I
Let's
I
go with
would
that.
I would love to be someone like Rogue. I would love to be a mutant. And I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
if I get powers, I hope I get powers. Like I could also be the
Right?
person that the house falls on. You know, I could be the person in the boardroom when that building Wakanda gets blown up. Like I don't know, but like yeah, dip me in that one. Yeah.
So, speaking of favorite franchises and animes, your love of anime has not gone unnoticed. What started that
Ooh, I
journey?
try to. It's gonna sound weird because I didn't know it was anime at the time. I think the very first anime that I watched was actually Sailor Moon,
Oh,
and
yes.
it was in a very unique context because um, at the time when I was younger, my I lived next door to my best friend, and he and his sister, I mean, well, his mother would take us all to like school together, and
Mm-hmm.
so in the morning, for some strange reason, Sailor Moon would be on, and it was the most weirdest thing. I feel like it made no sense because first, anyways, it doesn't matter. The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. But the three of us would watch Sailor Moon and I guess some other like cartoons that would come on. I don't know what channel it was,
It was
but this is in
Toonami.
California. No, this was
No?
before Toonami. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because the reason I know that is because it was on. It came out at a really weird time, and it wasn't. I don't remember what's his name. Tom. There was no
Oh,
Tom.
yeah,
Yeah, so
weird.
yeah, this is before that. And so I remember us watching it. And honestly, I really don't know what channel it was, but I remember us watching it. And like for me, okay, there were so many colors. and it was so cool looking that I just I didn't know what was going on in the story. I didn't know. I couldn't remember their names. I did like Sailor Mercury. She was my favorite, still is. But like nerd, it was already determined. But like it was just so colorful. And then like even when they did like the moves and anime sequence, all
Yeah.
the special effects or whatever, it was so colorful. I had never seen a show like that before. Like Bugs Bunny wasn't doing that. Mickey
No,
Mouse
not at
wasn't
all.
doing that. Rocket Power wasn't doing that. Like nobody was doing that. So yeah, that was definitely like yeah. I would say
I
Sailor Moon
love
started
Sailor
the
Moon.
trend.
I actually like, you can't see it, but I got to see Sailor Moon musical live, and it was just phenomenal. They looked
Wow.
like actual Sailor Scouts. They were doing the music, they were doing the poses. It was
How
amazing.
were the moves and like
Yeah.
stuff like that
They
handled?
they were they were
Wow.
doing like, it was like
Wow.
dance moves, but they were actually also like dance fighting moves as well. It was just really good. It was really, really good. I loved
Ah.
it. It was basically the entire like series in terms of like the original season, like that entire like series.
Like 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 R?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Like
They from the
wow.
time that they started all the way to like Queen Barrel, all of that stuff. It was amazing. It was, I
Wow.
cried. I actually cried.
Oh my wow. So like I will say this though, and this just because like Sailor Moon, whatever time slot that was, at one point I could never find it again. And coincidentally, that's when Dragon Ball Z popped in.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but I didn't know, like I would normally like if you would have asked me like 10 years ago, I would have been like, when I started streaming apparently, you would have you would have I would have been like, oh, Dragon Ball. But now I remember the memory of seeing Sailor Moon before. So technically Sailor Moon starts it, but Dragon Ball really solidified it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because that was the same for me, that and Pokemon. So I totally get it.
Oh my god, Pokemon. Yes.
So what
Yep.
is one
hmm
game or anime or character that
Okay.
you are weirdly protective of?
Protective.
Like, I'm coming in hot, bashing this thing
Oh
that
boy.
you love the most, and you're just like weirdly protective about it. Like nobody could tell you any wrong.
Okay. I don't know if it's weird to be protective about it. And I consider myself a pretty like, I don't mind a good debate, but it kind of still goes back to Dragon Ball Z specifically. It kind of still, I know people are like, oh, it's overrated or whatever. Look, when it came out, it rocked the world, and y'all can't tell me anything
It's
different.
still
I
a
think that Dragon
very
Ball Z,
big, like,
it
it's
is,
still very
it is.
big.
I for some strange reason, because like Toonami didn't show One Piece, did it? So
Mm-mm,
like
no.
I'm just now, and I say just now, like as an adult, I got into One Piece. I didn't, however long
They had
as an adult, I got into One
Sailor
Piece.
Moon, Dragon Ball Z,
Dragon Ball
Tenchi
Z,
Muyo, Tenchi Muyo.
Tenchi, Tenchi.
They had
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Ronin Warriors.
Weren't there like Gundam? Wasn't
Yeah,
Gundam on there
Gundam
as
Wing was
well?
on there as
Okay,
well.
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Samurai, Red Hand Samurai.
Oh,
Was he on
and then they
there?
had Ranma.
Genshin.
They had Ranma one
They had
half.
Rama.
Ranma
They had
half.
Ram. Toonami had Rama one half.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Really?
that's where I
Oh my
remember
god.
watching it. Yeah, I'm pretty
Well,
sure
yeah.
that's where I watched it. Yeah.
Did they just like make a remake of that or something like that on Netflix?
No,
Or am
no,
I?
no.
I'm done.
They just released it though on Netflix, so
Okay.
I gotta go back
Okay.
and watch
Okay.
it. Okay, so
Tenchi Muyo. Oh,
back to gaming. Like most
okay.
fantasy games, you're able to create a character, which we've kind of talked about. What type of
Mm-hmm.
characters do you naturally gravitate to, or are they all different?
No, there is a type. There is a type. I usually gravitate. If I can create a character, they're usually going to be high melanin, aka dark skin black, because those things may not exist in that world, but they're going to be high melanin. Um, I am a sucker for natural hairstyles, and that could be like an afro. Those can be locks. Those can be cornrows, whatever. But when it comes to classes, I lean to support magic classes.
Uh,
Like I always do that,
Velgard was
and
the one time I ever decided I'm gonna go mage, and it's the only
and you
time
were
I
happy
like
you
being a
did it.
mage. I was
Yes,
very
yes,
happy. I was very happy with the
yes. The
mage in
casting
Velgard.
and like the dagger and orb
Oh
thing was
yes.
like
I
what was that
think
about?
mage
What was
in
that about?
Velgard was very OP.
It was peak. It was peak
Yeah.
because you were basically a rogue,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
but you Yeah, but you had
And it
right,
fit
like
very well with the storyline of my character, so I loved it. I loved it a lot.
yes,
So, in terms of gaming, are you more about the story, the competition, or clippable moments?
definitely. Oh, you might when I'm streaming just in general, because I'm gonna say story. I'm going with story just immediately. The other ones I didn't even register them, just story.
Okay,
Because when it comes
all
to gaming,
right.
I really, yeah, I like clipable moments. I guess it's like me reacting to things, right?
Yeah.
Um, you'll get a reaction out of me most likely if there's a story point that happens. Competitive, my community knows that I'm not the most competitive person, even though I play Marvel Rivals. Okay, like I only do comp to get the free skin. Like once I achieve gold rank, I stop playing comp for the whole season. I'm done. It's a freebie. Like I'm done. But no. It's story. Story always gets me. Like I mentioned before, Final Fantasy X, Expedition 33, like those games like that have that Velguard. Like tell me a story.
Yes.
Call it escapisms, call it just a desire to see different personalities and worldviews in like a
Yeah.
fantasy setting, whatever. Like I'm totally down for it. Story,
No,
story,
I
story.
like that. I'm the same exact way. So, we talked about this a little bit. You're not a fan
Mm-hmm.
of horror games.
No,
What is it about horror games that just you don't click with at all? Like
I'm the
what?
problem. I'm the problem. My imagination. My imagination gets ahead of me before anything has happened. I already thought about 17 different ways that I can die. Me and my dog. And I'm just not having it. I'm just not having it. Bring my dog into this. I'm just not having it. I don't know. It's just it and there is probably a lot of like psychological trauma stuff from my childhood that's related to it as well. But like when it comes to horror, this thing goes into like overdrive.
Oh
And
yeah.
I yeah,
That's me
and
with
so because I
that's
mean,
me with phasmophobia. Like I'm cuz I believe in that stuff, you
see,
know?
no, see, no. I played fast. My community doesn't know this because I wasn't streaming, but I tried the game like its earlier stages, and it was too much. It was too much. Group setting. Everybody's on the same team. No. Something grabbed my eyeballs and is killing me. I'm out. I'm out. Return to sender. Nope. I don't need to be here. Whose job is this? Burn the house down. If the house is burned down, who they gonna haunt?
Oh yeah, I
You
don't
gonna haunt
leave the
some
van
grass?
either. Like I
No,
I I
no.
hate leaving the van. I will okay, every time I say I'm going to
Don't
play
leave the van at
fast,
all.
I play every time I say I'll play fast solo, I'll get out of the van and I'll say, okay, I can do this, I can do this. And then I will literally run up to the front door, get down the
Mm,
hallway, turn around, go back out the front door, stand in front of the
yes,
front door, go back to the
yes,
van.
yes.
I get
No,
way too scared. Yes, throw a camera in the
throw a
doorway
camera in
and
the
that's it.
doorway.
Yeah, that's it. I cannot
No,
play. I will literally beg people to get on the game and play with me. I cannot do it. I can't.
I
Uh,
commend you
yeah.
for thinking that you could. I commend you for even. I commend you for even having the game in your library still.
Yeah, I don't know why I do.
It is uninstalled. It is uninstalled. In fact, I want my time back.
I love you too. So, okay, what is one game or franchise or anime
Okay,
you
okay,
should
okay.
love but just don't?
Oh, huh. That I should love but don't.
Yeah, that
Huh.
everybody's like big hype. Everybody loves it, but when you've tried it, it just was not there for you.
You know, I that it was. There actually may not be one because this is going to shock a lot of people, or it may not shock a lot of people.
Sailor
But
Moon.
years ago, it actually would have been. I'm Eris. What I'm going to say. Not only will people like probably unsubscribe and unfollow me, but it is what it is. It was One Piece because I had no interaction with like One
Right.
Piece. I didn't know where the story was going. All I know was that it had 10,000 episodes and that I was going to die watching it if I tried, which is actually my reality now because I'm trying to watch every episode. So yeah, there we go. May the last episode play at my funeral. But like, but like before before One Piece was, I didn't grow up with One Piece, and I had really no way of like watching it. So everybody would talk about it, and I think I did see the first episode by itself. And my friend, who I'm really good friends with, he convinced me, he's like, you have to get past the first X amount of episodes or whatever it picks up, which he was right. But that first episode and the depiction of that woman and like just everything that was happening and I'm sorry, you guys. please, animation professors, do not come for me. At the time, I understand it is a, dare I say, victim of its time. Okay, I completely get it, and but visually, it was an ugly show to me. It was. The first season was hard for me visually to
Yeah.
even want to look at. But God, we know it changes. Like we know it changes or whatever. But the fact that my first experience was, everybody's One Piece, this many episodes. I think I don't even know when I first heard about what episode they were on now, because we're past 1,000, 1,200 mark or whatever. But One Piece, I was just like, as someone who like Dragon Ball Z, they're like, you're gonna love, One Piece. One Piece is better than DBZ. I was like, remember you talking about before? I was like, wait a minute, hold the phone. Hold the phone. The little rubber kid, Stretch Armstrong, is not better than Goku. Like, you need to stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop you right there. You're out of line. But yeah, but I actually listened to my friend's advice, and I ignored the animation and the aesthetics, and I actually have grown to really enjoy One Piece as I'm now on episode 712. So yeah,
My sister's trying
there
to
we
get
go.
me to watch it. Which I've seen a few of the episodes. It's not a bad show. I just don't have the time for it. I will
Mm,
say the whole get
hitting
past the
quickly.
first few episodes, I totally understand,
Woo!
because I've had to tell people that with Game of Thrones, get past the first few episodes. Trust me. Get past the
Oh my
first few episodes, please. um
I Game of
and then
Thrones.
with
Mm,
and then
hmm
with there's another show. Currently, I'm like really big on Demon Hunters right now. I refuse to watch it
mm.
in dub. I just can't. When I watch it in dub,
Ah,
it just literally kills the entire anime for me. And it's not because it's a bad show. I love the show,
mhm.
but the dub just feels very emotionless for me. Whereas
Okay, okay.
all other animes, I will watch it in dub. But
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
I have to do sub. It just it
It,
hits
yeah,
better.
yeah. Yeah. I completely. I will. I normally watch things in dub if I'm multitasking, because I still cannot understand Japanese by ear, and
Yeah.
so I will do that. But for some shows, I agree with you about the dub. I'm trying not to be mean, but sometimes you just wonder how much. Nope, I'm not going to judge their talent. Sometimes you wonder how much time they had to read the script and say it in English,
Yes, exactly.
because you're just like, at this point, you're just reading the script. It's your first take. You get no do-overs, and that's what I'm hearing. It sounds like there was. Let me stop. I'm gonna start nitpicking stuff. But yes, yes, I'm with you on that one. I will say though, Game of Thrones first episode had me and my whole. We watched as a family. Like the first episode, I was like, "What is this tragic show?" Next episode, like I couldn't. The first episode is what got me. The first episode is what got me. Anyways,
Yeah. You
okay.
got to get past the first 3 episodes of Game of
Lannisters do
Thrones.
what?
Yeah. You got to
Next
get past
episode.
the
Keep
first
going.
3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I promise you it is just I love it. You got to
I
be
think
into that political intrigue though, like that backstabbing sneaky political intrigue.
so. The whole political part of it, honestly, that's something I normally don't gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones broke the mold for me, and it
Yeah.
like pulled me in, because the politics are there, but I was like, these people are messed up. Like I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's a
It could
character.
all be avoided, but it's let's just go the hard way.
It's
Okay.
such a good series.
So we need to establish something before we move on.
Okay.
Digimon or Pokemon? Which
Oh,
one
shut.
wins and
Oh,
why? Well, I've never had a
you
pod.
are not doing this to me. You are not doing this to me. Oh my god. As I'm like, I like literally, I have like a picture of like Ty and Agumon versus Ash and Pikachu. Like, this is wrong. This is biblically wrong. Um, for me, this is just like, this is not.
I didn't even
Mm,
realize
mm.
that it was Ty and Agumon versus Ash and
Yeah,
Pikachu in
yeah.
there.
Shout out to Art by Quentin. He's the artist. Gosh. Okay. Oh God. Jatini's looking at me. I'm just okay. 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 There. I can. You know what? I told you guys. I don't have favorites, and my opinions are sub to change. And thank you, Dark Eras, for inadvertently cutting my community in half. There's gonna be a big drop in the Discord after this one. I already see an unfollow happening. So when it comes to, if my life depended on me picking between Digimon and Pokemon. I probably about to cry right now. Oh my god. If I had to choose, I oh because I like them both for literally different reasons.
Right.
Um, uh, as of today, disclaimer: my opinions are subject to change. I'm saying that right now. Okay, if I had to pick between Digimon and Pokemon right now, I would pick Pokemon. And I can't even say that with joy in my heart. If I had to choose, if I had to choose, and the reason is the reason, and I have to now justify and explain it why right now today. Ask me tomorrow, I'll change my answer. I guarantee you. Um, the reason I'm going to say that right now is because, and it's such a stupid reason. No, actually, there is a slightly there is a heavier reason, but um, Pokemon as of right now has had more accessible content
Mm-hmm.
for me to engage with the world, like, even with like third anniversary going on and like the new game and the coming game or whatever. So the fandom currently is eating well in the Pokemon community,
Yeah.
and that is literally a very temperamental reason why right now, subject to change. I gotta keep saying that because I know you guys are just look, I'm gonna get banned from my own community. Thanks, Eris. Um,
Well, they're all on
that is
board
why I'm
with you
choosing
right
Pokemon.
now.
Okay, okay, yeah, because the other ones have already left. But but I'm gonna go with Pokemon now. However, the thing that I feel, in my opinion, that Digimon was always superior and I really appreciate it was their characters. Like whether it's the first season or the most recent ones, like I really the Digimon kids had problems and they
Yeah,
felt very real to me.
I have to
Like you
agree
had
with
kids
that.
dealing with divorced parents, and that's why I'm going back and forth. If Digimon and Pokemon hadn't released anything in the last 5 years, I probably would say Digimon.
Yeah,
I
I
probably
think
would say Digimon.
Digimon, their character arcs are very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do agree with that, and I even think to a certain extent, like the movies, the art was great. Um,
Yes.
Now, in terms of if Digimon were to battle against Pokemon, I think Pokemon would still win.
I'm gonna. The reason because just uninstall the software. Just uninstall the software. Just 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 select the digital file and just hit delete. Okay, and then the RSS at some point will just nuke the earth. Like I I don't like that argument. I've heard it, but mm, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm so sad right now. I just said that. Yeah, ask me again tomorrow. Chat, ask me tomorrow who to pick, and I will gladly say Digimon. Yep, we're gonna make this up.
Sure,
We're gonna make
sure.
this up.
Well, we believe that. Okay, so your chat always seems pretty lively, but how do you keep the momentum when everything seems quiet?
Wait, when does that happen? Just wait. Like when does that happen? I'm like, when are they quiet? I told you I get overwhelmed with the chat. I'm just like, if anything, when it's quiet, it's because they are all upset with me because I missed everything. Like that's usually that's usually when it's quote unquote quiet. But no. No. Honestly, when things seem when it comes to momentum, I think that momentum, for me at least, it should be an ebb and flow. Like there should be moments of up and moments of down, and I think that that's quite healthy. I think that anybody, I won't say anybody. I do feel that like people would probably there's a level of exhaustion, especially as a streamer, that you could experience if momentum is just going nonstop. And if it's a longer stream, like you're doing like a 4+ hour stream or whatever, like having momentum go, you do need moments to kind of just like pause and like breathe or unwind. So I think the chat, without me having to do it, is pretty good at self-regulating themselves, especially
Hmm.
things like later on the day, people are going to sleep, like the energy. I think momentum isn't always like this. I think there's also such thing as kind of like a coasting momentum where it's kind of like, you know what, this is a good place to stop. So
Right.
yeah. So I don't know if that was actually an answer, but yeah,
No,
no, there's
I
always
mean,
momentum. Yeah.
as long it depends. It sounds like what you're saying is it depends on the chat. If it's something where the momentum seems to be going strong, obviously you don't have to worry about that. But if it seems to be kind of mellowing out, you kind of go with it until
Yes,
it goes back up again, and then that's
exactly.
yeah. No, I totally understand. I totally get that. So, many new streamers and even veteran streamers have a very bad
Love them.
habit of counting viewers and followers. What is your
Ha!
suggestion for this?
Turn it off. I turn it off. I turn it off. Oh my! I hide it. I hide. You know the little browser on Twitch or whatever. I hide it. YouTube. I'm not even looking at the thing. Like I don't want to see it, because I think that I think we all do this. We use it as a gauge for how good or bad we're doing, and I don't think that's the case. Like a lot of our viewers, not the bots, they have lives and there
Yeah,
are things going on. And just because maybe you started with 4 went to 20 and then it dropped to like 0 or whatever doesn't necessarily mean that you as a streamer are doing a bad job. It could just mean like, hey, I gotta stop watching stream. Why? Well, my house is on fire. Like, like there are different reasons that people
right,
come and
exactly.
go. So I actually don't look at it because I don't want my brain. You talked about how my imagination is ahead of me. I don't want to start fabricating reasons that will essentially kind of discourage me. um
Yeah,
Followers are cool. There's only one thing that I've been watching the followers for weekly, and that's been YouTube because I've been trying to hit the like 1K mark or whatever. But like when it comes to Twitch, if someone follows or whatever, I don't look at like the count. Sometimes the banner pops up that says like, you hit this milestone. I don't I For my own mental health, I think it's better that for me I don't look at it because I'm going to use it to judge and self-critique myself more
right.
harshly than the reality actually is.
No, that's fair. That's completely fair. And I think for your own mental and emotional health, it's probably a good idea
Mhm.
not to watch it, because you don't want to be discouraged in doing something that you're putting yourself out there
Right.
for. Like, by putting yourself out there, you're doing something amazing already. Like, don't discourage
Yes,
yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So,
Like people, unless you've been a streamer, it's a lot.
it really
This
is.
is like it is a lot happening at once, and it's very one sided. Because think about it, like we're on camera, like they're hearing our opinions or whatever, and a lot of people can come in under various names, anonymous names or whatever, have
Yep.
the anonymity, say whatever they want, and depending on what, yeah, it can be a very one-sided relationship. So yeah, we have to give ourselves grace.
Yes, definitely. So, your community. We've been talking about your community.
Hmm.
What is one moment your community just will not let you live down?
I'll let them say it. Um, one moment, but they won't let me. One moment they won't let. Ooh, mm, mm, mm,
Uh,
mm. That you got an answer
Telelisa
right
says
there. Okay.
beans. What's
Yeah,
that about?
they. Oh, it's a challenge
Is
when
it the
certain
jelly
things
bean
happen.
challenge?
It's the jelly beans. It's the jelly beans. Yeah, they really enjoy the jelly beans. They really enjoy the jelly beans. I am
Oh,
grateful
we
that
have
I
quite
have
a
an
few
iron
here.
stomach.
Beans, that
Mm.
cozy to chaos one made me sad. Wop, Yuki, his challenges. He enjoys.
the well, the challenge is, I know you guys are referring to a specific challenge, and that conversation, that point I'm going to make, is going to stop right there. We don't want to encourage the energy. Um, these are all things that they provoke that I just have a habit of doing. Things. WAP is one of them. Sorry, blurps are off. We're not getting a. We're not. It's not happening today. Um, and then the beans is thing that they really like as well. Yeah. I'll just leave it there because I don't want to
So,
refresh the memory. Mhm.
tying into this whole thing, what is the most unhinged chat moment that you've had?
So you know how I say I turn off like viewers and stuff like that and like
Yeah.
follower accounts to preserve my mental health. Um I psychologically block a lot of those moments out. Yeah. Yep, that's what happens. I block them out. Sometimes the community reminds me and I'm taken back
Oh
and I'm
man.
reminded of certain things. As a form of self-preservation, I they remember, but I don't always remember. And so that's gonna be my answer. That is going to be my answer. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, kind of shifting gears a little bit, many will tell new streamers that you have to be
Hmm.
constantly like clipping and posting on social media. Do you follow this
Hmm.
same routine?
Yes and no, because the reason I say yes and no is because like right now, and this is just so okay. I reuse clips from the stream, but I'm sorry, I clip from my stream, and I actually used to do it more because of time constraints. I can't do the amount of editing I used to do because I used to. It was a good time, but I literally don't have time for it, which is why I can't play Pocopia. But that's another conversation. When my community clip stuff, a lot of times that will become content to post because in my mind I do want to encourage people again, especially if you are not on TikTok. Because for me, I found a lot of discoverability on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and there are certain mechanics you can activate that will give you more discoverability. I don't mind sharing one. When people are double tapping the screen, some of y'all in the chat, you guys know who you are. That reintroduces you into the FYP because it shows engagement. That only works on TikTok. It doesn't work for the same thing on like YouTube or whatever. So I definitely think that outside of that, making reels, clips, those kind of things, I believe that those are key to growth in your earlier stages. Now, the idea of growth, and this is something that doesn't just exist for us. I think this is something that also exists for like outside of us. Is when it when it when it comes to clips, and this is the hard thing about it. There are trends when gaming clips are good and bad. Right now, I think that a lot of good gaming clips, people aren't really like they're not being pushed as much. Now it's more about things that are more personal, and I think that coincidentally, it's not because I'm doing this. Coincidentally, some people are actually finding my stream because of the posts that I'm doing now that are actually unrelated to game. Like every now and then I make anime and gaming reference, but I've just been sharing because I've kind of offline kind of like needed it or whatever. I've just been sharing like my little like daily things. We talked about faith earlier or whatever, and that
Right.
has actually found people and like brought them into like the space or whatever. But
Nice.
I think that yeah, it's interesting. And but I will say this. I think that the key thing is for any small streamer, and this is probably an answer but not an answer. You have to do what best represents you.
Right.
And I think that if you're trying to play a character, that only goes so far if you're all about acting. But like you have to show something that's like authentically you. And that's hard because sometimes you are so distracted by what everybody else is doing. You don't even know what content to clip and post because you're like, is
Right.
anyone gonna care? But I will say at the end of the day, it never hurts to just post. Like even if it's a dud, you miss all the shots you don't take.
Right. Exactly. So, is there a streamer fail that haunts you today?
A streamer fail.
Mm-hmm.
That haunts me today. I'm always haunted, Eris. Like every day. My camera won't turn on. I won't change the screen. I am constantly haunted. Okay. I have my own private haunting going on right now. No, 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 no. See, if there honestly, outside of those things that I've normalized for myself as just regular weekly failures, I don't think I have anything that really haunts me. I don't think like I don't have any like regrets or real genuine like soul crushing like embarrassing moments. I'm grateful for that.
Knock on wood.
And yeah, yeah, right, knock on wood. But even then, like if something like that were to actually happen, and I'm gonna probably regret saying this, I hope that one, if it was something like negative or something that was really offensive or bad, that my community would understand where my heart lies in this space. Because there's a thing where someone can clip something out of context and it becomes a
Yeah.
whole thing, and then so I know that us being on the internet, we're completely vulnerable to that, and things I say now may not even age well. But like Pokemon versus Digimon, I'm sorry. But like but like things as far as things actually I could have just made one right now. But as far as like things that haunt me, I don't really have anything. I don't have like any regrets. I don't have like any real true pits of like shame. Embarrassment is one thing, but I think we all get embarrassed and we learn to manage it.
No, I 100% agree. I think it's always fair to understand that, and that's the whole reason why we did the Behind the Chaos podcast was because there is bound to be chaos on all our streams. It's kind of the norm, as you said, so it's something to be expected. So let me ask you something on a little more of a deeper note. Was there ever a time where you
Ooh,
just thought you wanted to stop being a streamer, and what kept you going?
As of right now, I will gratefully say that that moment hasn't come. And I think it's, if you want to go a little bit deeper, I think it's because the the community, the people that have like found this space, like, it's a positive space or whatever, like, no, like the community itself is very positive and honestly very uplifting for me. And a lot of them have gotten hints about it, a lot of them may know it or whatever, or I may have like, if you put things together, the story kind of builds itself. But like, I the reason I have not gotten tired of streaming, that I actually genuinely do enjoy streaming, is because you guys are really getting an authentic version of me. Like, I'm not wasting any more energy trying to be something that I'm not. I'm like this, even when it comes to expressing myself and insulting people. Like, I make the same non-profanity, cut your soul like comments like offline as well. I'm very much who I am, what you guys see on camera offline as well. But the community, the uplifting, the stories, the wins of other people, whether you're a streamer that's actually growing, that's actually been encouraging me and keeping me to go. Because whether someone, oh, I'm not gonna trigger it. We're not gonna do that because they're gonna pick up on it. I'm gonna leave it. Because they like to make me cringe sometimes. I'm not gonna. But they they have, the community has uplifted me through some of the hardest moments of my life, and it's been a
That's so
place of
special.
positivity. Yeah, and enforcement. So I haven't had that thing where I'm like, oh, I'm so tired of doing this or whatever. Like, I don't want to stream. Like, I look forward to streaming. I look forward to one person or seven people, nine people, 20, whatever, being in the chat, because I feel like it's actually a fun space. So I haven't had that happen yet. And I think, again, it's because during some of the harder times I was having offline, this actually kind of acted as kind of like a refuge, as kind of like a safe space. I
Right.
kind of like, call it escapism, whatever you want or whatever, where I was just like, you know what? Like, things suck for me right now, but you know what? That person just got a job. That person just overcame
Right.
an illness.
It's just about
That person
building
is
that
choosing to still here.
community.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like that, yeah, they've actually, if anything, they've kind of held me through some of the harder moments, and that's why I don't get burnt out, because they're
Well,
giving me energy.
W community, because your community really
Yes,
is
little nerdies.
amazing. The nerdies have come and taken over the world, and I love
The
being a
world
part of.
is,
I love being a part of the community. I really do.
we love
So
having you, of course. But yes.
you're very mindful when it comes to health and wellness. Uh,
Hmm.
you do stretches on stream. You make sure you hydrate. You encourage people to do
Yes.
the hydrate. You also do. I know you do some fitness talks every
Hmm.
once in a while. Um, how do you like? What is your biggest takeaway from that? And trying to find balance between streaming and other areas of your life.
Well, honestly, it's funny. I think the balance probably just comes from my own personal desire for just self improvement in whatever I do. I mentioned earlier that, like, sometimes when life gets really hard, I always look for a way that I can go up as opposed to going down. And I think the habit of always trying to improve echoes throughout every aspect of what I want in my life. So whether it's mental, whether it's emotional, whether it's professional, whether it's physical or whatever, like, I'm always seeking a level of like kind of like improvement. As far as like striking a balance goes, like, I will be the first to tell you, I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a personal trainer. I actually have no desire to be one. Like, I really don't. However, I do believe in us taking charge of our health, mental,
Right,
physically, and spiritually. You know what I mean? And I think that there were just too many habits that can form. And again, I'm not even talking about just like the physical, like mental, how you process
right,
information, that will keep you in a downward like spiral. And they're very hard to kind of like unlearn. So with this community, with this space, the things that I have learned just casually, not directly intentionally, but if someone asks me, like, hey, I've been trying to, figure out like how to like build muscle, or like any hints for like calories, or what's a good protein alternative or whatever, I'll share what I know. But I always say, I'm not a professional. I'm just literally a nerd who nerded out about fitness because he realized that, one, I have professionally no reason to stand professionally. Like, I am a desk worker through and through. I play video games sitting down. I have a VR device. Like, I have no reason to get off my butt. I have no reason. No reason. Bury me in my office chair. Like, and but to that extent, I also know that that kind of extreme lifestyle, because it is extreme. Anything extreme is detrimental in my book. So I'm like, so what's the opposite? I don't want to play sports. So in the middle, I was like, why don't we just build a Dragon Ball Z body? You know, and how do we do that? It doesn't mean college. I'm just like, let me just like go online and who looks like a Dragon Ball Z character, and then try to like, and I admit, I was like on the verge of like teacher's pet, like valedictorian, blah blah blah. I was nerdy. I was you would want to come bully me. You would want to come bully me. I had a smart mouth and I was all about them books. And so like and I had my own private bully, trust me. I had several bullies. But the point is that like I like do that aspect of kind of like, being able to study, being able to learn, that desire to learn and like whatever. I just took that energy and reframed it on fitness. And that's how you end up with this. But at
Nice.
the same time, this is just me, what works for me. I can't tell everybody what works for them. And I don't have the qualifications to do that. But as far as like balance between all these things, like this is just me finding a way to die later in life, and ideally not in my chair. But yeah, that's just what it is.
So another fun thing that your community loves to do or used to, I don't know if you still do it, was the fit checks. What is
Oh my
chat's
god.
favorite fit check?
Oh, I cannot answer that because so since I started doing cozy streams, my camera has moved to a different location. Okay, and the fit checks, the space that I was in before, when I tell you that it got super hot. Oh my god! So that's why I realized sport and leisure. Unfortunately, you guys can't tell, but this office space does not have any windows. And so I am at the I and I won't go into all my living situations, but essentially the room gets hot. That's why I wear the fitness stuff or whatever. I actually do enjoy coordinating outfits more than I want to admit. So you will not hear me say this again. Um, and I
We're
have
gonna clip
had
that.
received oh, and my community actually apparently misses drip checks. Um, but the thing is with the drip check, and I have to figure out how I would make it work, is that this room isn't as deep as the other one. So it's hard for me to be like, hey, fashion wise or whatever. Because I was like, it'd be cool to have like a fashion line that then actually like show, oh, sweet God. Okay. Sorry. There was only one. Sorry. Um, mm, mm. I will tell you what I responded to after I finished my thought. Yes, pace yourself, because my heart rate's going up. Sorry, Dark Goddess Airs. This is not supposed to happen in your podcast. Okay, so um, the fit checks don't happen anymore only because my camera positioning is different for the Lego streams and I don't have the space to back up. But ideally, I would like to do them again because it was kind of fun coordinating outfits. And also, it was, to be blunt, a reminder to wear clothes when I'm streaming, just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Wear some pants, Zaylen. Wear some pants. It's not that kind of stream. I know they exist, and this ain't it. Okay, Lord, this is not it. It's not that kind of stream. But my reaction was because the community just completed the scary challenge, so I have to schedule in a horror game now.
Repo.
Mm, mm,
Repo.
mm, mm, so podcast, yeah, yep,
Or Faz. I'll play
mm.
Faz with you. We could be scared
Mm,
together.
My heart rate is still up. This is like cardio, but I'm standing. This is
Just
okay.
get
All
get
right.
a get a game that I have and that you and I can play together, or that you, me, and BGM can play. Repo. So let's move on while while you're planning your repo
No, no,
stream.
I don't want to talk about it.
If someone
Um,
new wanted to collab with you, how do you approach that
mhm.
topic?
Oh, it's actually been very casual, honestly. People have just like asked. The only problem that I have currently with collabs is timing. That's my biggest issue. A lot of people I realize in my community are not actually in the same time zones as me, and I work later in the day, which is well now I do. I didn't before, but now I do. But knowing people just ask. I try to keep my weekends free. I normally don't stream on the weekends, but obviously this weekend here I am, and I was streaming yesterday. And so I've given it some thought, but most people, honestly, um, I know that I can't like collab with like everyone. I think someone even told me like you shouldn't collab with just everyone or whatever. But
Right.
um if someone were to like ask and we had a game that we like shared or whatnot, and I do think that when you ask to collab with someone, you should consider their communities. I think that's very important
Yeah.
because, for instance, it would be harder for my community to collab with someone who, and this I don't think it's these kind of type of games, but if they play like FIFA or something like that. I don't play sports games, so like what are we collaborating on? You know, where do our what is our
Right.
intersection? What do we
No,
have in common?
I
Or
definitely
if they're
understand
like,
that.
yeah. So that's one thing that kind of, and some people will collab just for the sake of like uh just to grow because they just want like, you know, they
Right.
just want numbers or whatever. They don't care who it is. I'm like, respectfully, the way that I view my community and the value that I have for my community, not that I'm not they need protection, but like I don't want them to ever feel that like I'm quote unquote like selling out or that I'm just doing something for a bunch of people. Like even like the Marvel Rebels drip drops that we have, which is when I give away skin. I don't advertise it. Well, I just did crap, but you know what I mean. Crap. I really did. But it's something for the community because I appreciate them. So if someone wants to collab, be mindful of my community, what our community stands for, our guidelines. If that aligns with you, and we have a shared interest in gaming, because again, I'm not playing sports games. I prefer not to. Then that is an easy gateway. And then the third thing is timing. Timing. Will you be trying to stream while I'm at work? Will I be trying to stream when you're asleep? So those are the factors. So I'm
Right.
usually
No,
very
that's
open. I've been doing it more.
I think that's very fair. And also you don't want to subject your community to something. And
Yes.
we talked about it earlier about somebody, that is just very toxic or just not like you guys can have the same schedule, you guys can have the same interests, you guys
Yeah.
can have the same just community vibes. That doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean that you and that person will vibe together. So I always
That is
think it's
true.
good to watch. If you want to collab with somebody, watch their streams first, get
Yeah,
acquainted with
yeah.
them, and allow that person to get acquainted with your stream as well. It's very important. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and lock in a collab stream of Repo, Yumi, BG, and we're gonna get Her Majesty in on that. That it's already done
You
and
know
said.
what?
We're done.
Okay,
Done.
well, you know what?
The goddess has spoken.
If that is the if that is the if that completes the horror challenge, we will. Ooh, my heart. Why is my heart? This is why my imagination is gone. My imagination is gone. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. That was a
The
nope.
goddess
That
has
was a
spoken.
monster that came out the ground. Something teleports. I was just like, no.
The goddess
Okay.
has spoken. Repo collab. We're doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
BGM,
All right.
Tiana, you guys go ahead and get that locked in on the calendar. Let
Wow.
me know a
Let me
date
kid out my
and
whole
we
community.
will do it. Sundays are great.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. All right.
With that being said, um, your community is quite large. You're working towards 2,000 followers. What was it like hitting that first 1K? Do you
The
remember
first one,
that?
K. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I freaked out. I totally freaked out. I totally freaked out. Even you reminding me is actually making me freak out as well. Because again, like I try not to look at it. I don't like the pressure that I can kind of trick myself into developing for myself. No one's telling me that like, hey, it's all inside of me. I'm the problem. But no, hitting that 1K mark was ridiculous because I never would have thought. Ugh, I'm actually getting like all tingly or whatever, like or goosebumpy. I never would have thought that I could. I just would have never hit that amount on Twitch, and I say specifically Twitch because each platform is different, especially with the volume. TikTok has a lot more volume of like followers versus like Twitch or YouTube or whatever,
Right.
and like Twitch, that was such a big mark for me because what it told me, and I try not, and it's not from a place of pride, is that what it told me is that like people enjoy what you're doing. It wasn't like, oh, like, I'm this top, whatever. It was more like, because again, my intention was to create a fun, positive space for people. You know what I mean? And people, there are 1,000 people that are following this space because they
Right.
know that when they come here, when I'm online, that's what they're going to experience. So I'm helping 1,000 people. That's how I internalize it. But at the same time, and like I said before, it's also, and this is the part where it might sound a little more too official. It is kind of nice to know that there are, at least on the screen, 1,000 people who like, believe in you,
Right.
And so when you have
Yeah.
those moments, it's like, okay, like this is, I'm not, I don't suck as life as bad as I maybe thought I did. And now I have a bunch of people that also kind of like, again, it sounds a little superficial, but like there was a part of me, if I'm being honest, that kind of like appreciates that. But the moment I hit 1K, I was like, I need to find a way to like celebrate this like community. So we had like a giveaway. We did like, so I need to find a way to like, I need to find a way to give back to you guys.
So,
uh,
streaming and content creating in general is very uh much a take. You're taken away from your time, your energy, your life is out there. You have to really
mhm.
compartmentalize yourself from the streamer and the person behind the stream. So, do you think creators should force themselves into content that they don't enjoy, even if it'll generate a lot of views and likes?
Hmm. Hmm. Force is a very strong and like specific word because no one likes to be forced into anything, quite frankly, but people will force themselves into different roles to fulfill a need. Um, I will say this. If and this is so subjective that it's probably not going to mean anything, but maybe I can articulate this in a way that makes sense. The only time I feel like a streamer should force themselves to make content that they normally wouldn't do is when you are at rock bottom and there are clearly all you have is streaming. But I, in my own bias and experiences, find that kind of hard to believe. Streaming, it can be a good profession. It's not meant for everybody, and not everybody can do it part time or full time. And some people, they're just here just to chill. If you are, if you feel like you have to force yourself to do something, if you feel like you got to force yourself to become somebody else or whatever, you really have to reevaluate what it is that you're chasing. What is that's really valuable for you? Because if someone is forcing themselves to create certain content because they have bills to pay for their family or whatever, and it's going to be guaranteed to work or whatever, I'm not going to sit here and judge and saying that you shouldn't do it because it's a forced thing or whatever. But your value is that you're trying to provide, and so you
Right.
do things that way. But I don't, and again, I'm going to overgeneralize. I know this may not age well. I can't say that everybody's in those circumstances. Some of us just hate our jobs.
Right.
Some of us like, some of us are just like, I like the idea of I can do this and make money on the side. I like the idea I can do this and get encouragement or whatever. Like, there were those things as well. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But forcing yourself in, it's kind of like what you were saying earlier about like, I'm in this just to make money or whatever. Like, okay, well, think about it as a job then, because then it may not be as enjoyable and you'll have to do it when you don't want to because your livelihood now depends upon that's what working is about. I scratch my nose, but no, I think that forcing yourself to do it, I wouldn't encourage it because here's the other thing I've said in my community several times. I think that a lot of us um, feel like we have to chase trends and that in order for us to
Yeah.
grow, we have to do these kind of things. And a lot of people that show up, especially in the streaming space, they're interested in you. It took me a while to learn that no matter what game I'm playing, at least one of y'all is gonna show up and watch it. Like, so I'm not going to always play the hottest games or whatever
Right.
because I realize that I value the connection I'm having with you guys. Whether you are a subscriber, whether you are, giving bits or gifts or whatever, the fact you come into my chat and you want to chat and have a good time or whatever, I value that above everything
Exactly.
else, regardless. So forcing yourself into a box, what are you chasing? Is it all about money? Is it all about numbers or whatever? Because if it is, it becomes a job. And I'm not saying you can't operate like that, but I'm saying that like that's what your value is. The people at that point aren't important. And people come to these spaces and you guys, there's probably psychology for all of us on this, but people come to this space because they do want to feel valued. And
Yes.
I have yet to find a situation where that's not true. Even if you're coming in to troll somebody, you are coming in because you want to feel valued. You want to feel more important, even at the cost of someone else. You want to feel valued. That's why you're here.
Right. And to speak on what you said, streaming is in fact not for everybody. You have to
Mm-mm.
understand, and a lot of people think that, oh, I'm gonna become a streamer and I'm gonna make money and I'm gonna get the numbers and I'm gonna hit affiliate. Guys, hitting affiliate, especially now, doesn't
Mm.
really I'm sorry to say this to those who are getting affiliate right now. Back when I first started in streaming, a couple years ago, it was a lot harder to get affiliate. Now anybody can become affiliate. It's very easy. Very, very easy. Um it- just because you become affiliate, that doesn't mean that you're going to start rolling in numbers and you should quit your job. Cuz
Ooh.
cuz the chances of you Becoming partner,
Ooh.
where the real
Ooh.
money is a lot harder. Do not
Oh.
go into streaming thinking that this is going to
Ooh.
make you millions of dollars. It is not like TikTok. It's not like YouTube where you, and even on YouTube is very hard to get cuz it's such a saturated platform.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
going to
Mm-hmm.
make big money doing this. There's a streamer Airy Summer who
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I watch, and she I believe she was like a scientist, or she worked in a very like big paying job, and she's doing
Uh-huh.
streaming. She's a partner on stream on Twitch,
Oh wow.
and she said if she were to break down the money that she gets on a monthly basis from it, it's almost like she's getting paid minimum wage. You have
I
to
believe that.
be
I believe that.
you have
I
to
believe
be
that.
the like top
I believe
like
that.
people in Twitch to make millions. You're not going to make
Yep.
millions by showing up on camera. I'm sorry. If this is something it's a dream for a lot of people to become a streamer. They want to become a content creator, they want to become a streamer, and they want to become a professional gamer. Perfectly fine. But understand that if you are using
Mm-hmm.
this to pay your bills, you are going to be sadly mistaken unless you are just what those one in a million like
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Beast had a formula
Yep.
that worked really, really well.
Yep.
Dream not found. God, I can't.
I know you're
Dream.
talking about. I'm
He's
bad with names, but yes.
Minecraft. Dream,
Yep.
and he had an S&P, and Minecraft is a really big
Mm-hmm.
platform still that people stream. Um, if you're trying to get big in Call of Duty, it's
Woo!
very hard.
Hard.
Just know that. Be realistic. Have your dreams, but be realistic about the expectations that you put on yourself to become a streamer. And it
I
costs
agree.
money. You're going to put more money into trying to be a streamer than
Just
you
your setup.
are
Just your setup.
to get the money. Just keep that in mind. Like I put more
No,
money into it than I've earned, I promise you.
no, no, and I think that's actually very valid. And then I remember at TwitchCon, I sat in on a panel where they were talking about partner because I think at some point in the past 3 years they actually did lower the bar a little bit for what it takes to become partner. And of course, existing partners kind of sounded like us, where they were kind of like, like this isn't gonna, like they're some of them actually kind of like I did all this hard work and then you just get it so easy. I know that there are people who are streaming now that have been streaming and then now they worked hard to get affiliate, and then newcomers are coming in and getting affiliate like right off the block. Like I know the conversation attention. Don't waste your energy getting upset about that, about the accessibility of those gates. Trust me, because one of the things that they said at TwitchCon that actually kind of like blew my mind was that. So you guys know, like Twitch has been cracking down on like bots, right?
Yes.
And because people use that to inflate their numbers to get to partner, a bot does not buy products through your endorsements.
Exactly.
A bot does not offer genuine engagement or value. And I think that people forget that as entertainers, because we are entertainers in this streaming space, we're
Mhm.
entertainers, we are. We are essentially at our most objectified base. We are a product that is supposed to be packaged and sold and bundled with other products, and that's why people endorse you. If you become a partner, the only thing that really changes, and this kind of broke my heart, but it was fine. It was fine. You do get more of your subscription cut or whatever, but if it's a bunch of fake people and bots, that is what your platform's gonna build on. You won't make any more money just by being partner.
Yep.
Partner doesn't mean you get an annual salary automatically. Like you still have to do the same thing that you were doing leading up to it, and people don't know that, or people forget that part. They're
Yeah,
like,
and I
all
was
the hustle you did to get there,
yeah,
you have to keep doing it. It
and
doesn't
I'm gonna
end.
go ahead and add this in there. Just because you make the stats for partner, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that you are going to get approved for being partner. When
Ooh.
you meet the requirements to become a partner, it is just giving you the opportunity to apply for becoming partner. And guess what happens during that time? During that time, they review
Mm-hmm.
your entire Twitch history. So any TOS rule breaking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
anything that is
They'll catch it. They'll catch it.
yeah, even if it's somebody else's stream, if you are collabing with somebody else, or if somebody comes into your stream and says something that breaks TOS, or if you think that you're doing something that is okay,
Hmm.
you will not get partner.
Mm-hmm.
You just will
Mm-hmm.
not.
Mm-hmm.
And there was
Mm-hmm.
something else that I was going to say that you had mentioned. Oh gosh, I was going to say something and it was going to be my last point about it. Um,
Partner, how much you make, how things change, endorsements, being a
oh,
product.
yeah. So, you know, you are going to be doing the same exact work like he said. You're going to be doing the exact same work. You're going to be doing and if anything, you have to do it even more. You have to push yourself even more and put yourself out there even more. And actually, you may even have to rein in some of the things that you used to do. So, for
Oh.
my 18 plus streamers out
Mm-hmm.
there
Mm-hmm.
who are wanting to get partner, while that is definitely something that still can get you there, consider what your 18 plus streamer means. Is it just because you're
Yeah.
swearing? Or is it because you're drinking? Or if you're 420 friendly? Or you're
Mm-hmm.
doing
Mm-hmm.
lewd acts on the scene? Consider why your
Yeah.
stream is 18 plus. And
Yeah.
review
Yeah.
that with the
Mm.
TOS. If you are doing something that breaks TOS and your goal is to make partner, you're going to need to change it like now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is so true. And then again, when you become partner, you don't get an annual like salary or something like that. You're not guaranteed X amount of dollars
Yeah.
just because you have the status or whatever. A lot of the income, because then you're entertainment, you're a product, you're like an actor, you need gigs, you need endorsements, and a lot of brands won't stand by you. If you and I have not checked. Literally, I'm gonna make an assumption. I think this is a pretty good assumption to make. Let's say you are someone who plays who let's say you're making partner and you play a lot of games that maybe are super violent or whatever, and you use certain language, you're an 18 plus mature streamer or whatever, you know that Nintendo's not going to partner up with you.
Yeah.
You know they're not going. You can love Mario, Peach up and down. That it's not because you don't fit their brand.
Yeah.
Congratulations your partner, but you don't fit their brand. So what? Think about your brand and who you'd actually want to connect with. Because even like Capcom is like, oh, you use too much swearing, so
That is
you
exactly,
cannot be.
honestly, the whole terms of service and everything was
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
probably the biggest reason why I changed from becoming an 18 plus streamer to a PG-13 friendly. Before it was just family friendly, but
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't stop swearing, so I put it to
That's fine.
PG-13. And guys, if you're collabing with people, I have to push this. Please let your audience know if the people you are collabing with is 18 plus and label your
Ooh.
content as such. And do not
Yeah,
get
yeah,
caught. Do not
yeah.
get caught doing something that will get you in trouble. Remember, this is on the interweb for the rest of your life. Even if Twitch says they deleted it, somebody can clip it.
It's on a server
Yeah.
somewhere.
Somebody
Mm-hmm.
can clip it. Somebody can
Mm-hmm.
take your information and just
Yep.
put it out
Yep.
there and twist it
Yep.
however they want. You need to keep that in mind when you're doing these things. Streaming is you are literally giving yourself up for people to be their entertainment. You are
Yeah.
literally choosing to put
Yeah.
yourself out there, and when you do that, they have consequences to that, so just keep that in mind. But enough about that. Let's move on to the star of the show, the real star of the show. For those who are new, tell us about your dog and how often do we get to see him on stream, because
Oh
he's
my
all over
God. Okay.
TikTok.
He is. He is. He is. Hey, Creed. Creed, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. He's like, what? He's awake. He's awake. All right. Let's see if we can get this. Can we get you?
Oh,
Let's
the
see. We're
camera
come
actually
on enough.
moves down.
Let's see. Come here, buddy. Give me a hug. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
So this
yes,
this
look
is
at
Creed.
him.
Creed is he turned 6, 7. He's from 2020. He turned 7 this month.
Oh,
Um,
happy
this
birthday.
yes, he's my COVID pup. I love this dog. This dog is amazing, and he is oddly emotionally more intelligent than I am. And he's often more aware of my emotional state than before I do. which I don't understand how he learned that because that's not something that I trained him or taught him how to do. But my dog, I'm gonna say such a dog dad, so bear with me. Cringe incoming. Um, this dog has is literally my emotional support animal. Like this dog has preserved my mental health through a lot of hard times. COVID specifically, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of isolation. At the time, I was actually like living like alone, physically living alone. And I got a dog, and there were a lot of other things going on in the political world, Black Lives Matter. There were a lot of things going on during that time. And the dog not only offered companionship, but also a degree of safety. I'm just gonna be frank. This dog has never had to attack a single person, fortunately or unfortunately. The dog itself is very intimidating visually for a lot of people. But you guys see him; he's a complete cuddle bug. Like he has a scary voice, but like he
That's
doesn't ever
like
have to use
Bailey.
it. Yeah, no, exactly. Complete big, loud voice, just lives on the side of your lap. You know, just wants to just a blanket, living like
Yes.
freaking like a blanket. But oh my god. Anyway, Savvy. Oh, but like this the I used to have so one of the things that I've seen other streamers do that I can't really do with him, and I think this for the better. I know some streamers they are able to like have certain chat commands that will get their dogs like certain treats and things like that. We don't really operate like that. One because my dog isn't even treat oriented. Like
Oh.
he's actually yeah, it's really he's more about physical touch. So I had to learn that. Like he doesn't you can't like training him. I couldn't rely on treats, and I bought a lot of treats. It's like maybe he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. Then it was like, oh, it's physical touch. Like he likes a good cuddle, likes a good pat on the head, scratch on the chest, under the neck, behind the ear. Like he has like those are his things. So with that being said, so I was like, okay, I can't redeem that or whatever. And I was like, you know what? You guys can know that I have a dog, but as of right now, the dog is not an active functioning part of the stream right now. And also because I stream later, he's asleep and I
Oh.
don't want to wake him up. I don't
No,
want to wake
that's
him
so
up.
fair. That's so fair.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so
but
fair.
but we're very active in the morning. We go out, we hang out every single day. And of course, if you guys look at my content outside of Twitch, you guys see literally those are taken the day of. So we're out. We're out literally out in these streets, in these woods, on these roads or whatever, getting our morning walk in. But yeah, my dog is amazing. My dog is amazing,
So,
and I'm
Zaylin,
biased.
well, honestly, I think all dogs are amazing. We don't deserve
I
dogs.
agree with you. Mm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
really quick, let me just do this shout out. Okay. So, before we end the stream and go into our blitz round, before we do all that, okay?
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
What
Okay.
we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask this one question and then I'm gonna open up to
Okay.
chat. We'll give chat 2 minutes to, start asking some questions.
Oh
And then we'll
boy.
go into the blitz round. Okay.
Okay.
Are there any major projects or events coming up that you want to share with your community
Well.
that you haven't
Okay.
shared yet?
Oh, I haven't shared yet. So this is okay. I don't know if this is gonna be a thing, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really bad at celebrating myself. It's also my birthday month as well, and I'm supposed to be doing a birthday stream, but I'm really, really bad at coordinating things for myself or whatever. So that could come maybe at the end of the month. I'm not. I've never done anything stream wise for my birthday before. And yeah, so this if I'm gonna put the if out there now. If I do something this month, that would be it, and it probably towards the end of the month. Wow, we're on it. Okay, got it. But yeah, so yeah, that could be a potential thing. But outside of that, I kind of did mention. I'll just repeat them again. We have a Fortnite stream coming up. It's going to be this week. That was a community challenge you guys wanted, and then we also are going to have a scary game challenge stream coming up that may or may
Repo.
not have already been decided
Yep. Yep.
during the course of this podcast.
Yep.
And oh god, I'm getting goosebumps. And then yeah, honestly, like I don't really have any huge other major events that I have planned right now. I always have ideas, but my biggest issue right now is just timing because offline is becoming more demanding, hence the push in my schedule. So yeah.
All right, chat. We're going to open up Behind the Chaos to the audience. We're going to give you guys a chance to go ahead and ask Zaylin some
Ooh,
questions. Try to keep it
ooh.
appropriate, if at all possible. Non-appropriate
If at
questions
all,
can go
it's
to his
totally possible.
DMs.
It's totally possible to keep it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get those questions in to Zaylin, and then I'm going to prepare for our blitz round. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that.
Okay, okay.
Also, if I didn't show you, Zaylin, this is how big of a solo villain I
This.
am.
Oh my god! Wait, is that fan made? Like,
Yeah,
wait.
this was a
How did you
fan me.
procure that?
This
Because
was
I was like,
on
wait a minute.
Redbubble, I want to say is where I got it. And it's May the Dreadwolf take you
Trevor,
at the
take you.
bottom. Yeah, May the
That's
Dreadwolf
oh.
take you. Yep. But yeah, it's literally this artist. God, I wish I
Yeah.
remember their name, but like I freaking I've not
Is it?
showed this whole thing before, but yeah, it's
I'm honored. I feel honored. I feel
yeah.
honored.
So
Shirt
this is the
debut.
first
Shirt
time
debut.
I had to share.
Wait. Okay. So, real quick question about the shirt, just if you don't mind me asking. Uh, is it? Do you know if it was a digital print? Because it looks really like it looks really cool. Like it could have
Yeah,
been like
hold on.
at least from the camera. Sorry, sorry, chat. We're having a slight art moment. Just a slight art moment because it. I was like, it's a digital because it looks. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh gosh.
Because yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the. I was like, in my mind, I was like, that is a very. I'm gonna call him soulless. Very beautiful version of that person. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. When did that happen in the game? I was like, wait a minute.
Let's see here. Come on, is it in good? Well, I want to say, did I get it in? It obviously gave me an email confirmation when I ordered it.
Mhm. I'm always the first time just like, what email did I
I'm gonna
use?
find it and I'm going to share it in your Discord.
Okay.
You may have
Okay. Because
answered this already, but have you ever had days where you just didn't want to stream? Have you ever felt burnout before on either a game or streaming in general?
I think I kind of did like ask I mean answer that a little bit, but I don't mind repeating it. Like basically, as of right now, I have not experienced stream burnout or anything like that. At least as of right now, I have not. And the reason I feel behind that is because I actually get a lot of energy and positive vibes from the community itself, and that kind of keeps me going. And I don't have to put forth I don't because I'm not faking anything. I'm being very genuine. There's no extra energy. I think that would make me feel tired. And honestly, during in the past, this place has actually been like a kind of like a place of refuge for me. So I wanted to come here. I want to stream and interact with you guys because this has been just a good place that I prefer to be at times. So yeah, yeah.
And how's your individual fitness challenge going?
So in my Discord, I mentioned, and I mentioned that I was thinking about doing a fitness challenge. I have not officially started one. I had some ideas, and I have not committed to one just yet. So technically, there is no fitness challenge going because I haven't decided what kind of goal I want. And as of right now, God willing, I don't have any like health markers that would be like, oh, you need to like, I don't know, run more or cholesterol or like blood pressure. Like I don't have any of those things yet. So I don't actually so if I did a fitness challenge or whatever, it would be purely just for fun, which is a weird thing that some people don't like to hear, but it would be for fun.
And let's see here. Okay.
I will
Not
share when I have one though.
okay. I'm gonna find that when I find that link for that shirt, I'm going
For
to
the shirt.
send it. But
Yes.
let's go ahead and go into our blitz round.
Right. Yes, raising in ones for fun. I work out not because I necessarily have to, but because I actually enjoy progress.
All right. Now, the blitz
Oh
round
boy.
is this or that, meaning you can
Okay.
only choose this answer or that answer. It
Okay.
cannot be neither or a completely different answer out of
Mhm.
it. Okay?
Okay. All right. Here we go. Making choices, y'all. Watch me work. Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
All right.
Story driven or multiplayer?
Story driven.
Controller or PC?
Controller.
Chill
Controller.
games or competitive sweat?
Oh, chill games.
Solo grind or squad chaos?
Introvert says solo grind.
Loot grinding or skill mastery?
Skill mastery.
Boss fights or open world exploring?
Open world exploring.
Daytime gaming or late night sessions?
Ooh, late night sessions.
New releases
Late
or
night
nostalgic
sessions.
classics?
Ooh, I love me some new releases. New releases.
Pokemon or Digimon?
You know what? First of all, you know what? Digimon. Now what?
Sub or
I'm
dub?
inconsistent. Mm, mm, Sub.
Overpowered main character or underdog?
Underdog for the win.
Slice of life or action?
Action.
Crying anime or hype anime?
Hmm. I'll go with hype anime.
Villain redemption or the villain stays evil?
Villain redemption's always amazing to me.
Long series or multiple short ones?
I don't have much time. I'm gonna long, long Avatar, Last Airbender, Dragon Ball, like long series, long series.
All right, fatback questions.
Yes, big
Sweet
back,
or
let's go.
savory?
Savory,
Spicy or mild?
spicy.
Eat out or cook at home?
Eat out. My back is big on this one.
Snacks or full meals?
Full meals.
Comfort food or healthy food?
Comfort food.
Late night eating or strict schedule?
Ooh, ooh, can I have both? No. Okay, pick one. Strict schedule.
Same meal every day or something new daily?
Ooh, something new daily would be fun. Yes, something new daily. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can
Morning
do both.
workouts
But
or
yes.
night workouts?
Morning, morning, morning.
Cardio or weights?
Wait, this doesn't run.
Gym or home workouts?
Oh, home workouts, home workouts, home gym.
Discipline or motivation?
Discipline.
Bulk or cut?
Bulk. Bulk.
Pre
Yeah, no,
workout
bulk.
or just raw willpower?
Oh, raw willpower. I know it sounds crazy. But yeah.
Dog cuddles or alone time?
Dog cuddles, dog cuddles, dog cuddles right here.
Loud streams or chill vibes?
Loud streams.
Routine or chaos?
Routine.
Plan everything or wing it?
Ooh, plan everything.
Early
Yeah.
morning or late shifts?
Early morning.
Introvert recharge or social energy?
Introvert recharge.
Okay. Do you want to win every game but be bored or lose but have fun?
Oh, Marvel Rivals. Lose, have fun over anything. Yep.
Viral clip
Yep.
or loyalty community?
Loyalty community. Loyalty community. Loyalty community. I need y'all.
Always lag or always low FPS?
Oh shoot. Oh, 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 always low FPS. Oh, 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 oh,
Play one game forever or never repeat a game?
Never repeat again.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go into very game
Oh, you ain't
specific.
right. Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
We're
go.
going to
Let's
go
go.
into
Let's
very
go.
game specific questions.
Mm.
For Dragon Age, Templars or mages?
Mages.
Grey Wardens or Inquisition?
Inquisition.
Romance or no romance?
Romance. Bad romance.
Elf or human?
Elf.
Sarcastic Hawk or Diplomatic Hawk?
Sarcastic Hawk.
Save everyone or make the hard choice?
Oh, did you just stump me? Oh my god. It's you, Zayla, not the character. It's you, Zayla. It's you, Zayla. It's you. It's you. Save everyone. You can't save everyone.
Story immersion or combat focus?
Story immersion.
Replay the same choices or try new outcomes?
Try new outcomes. Try new outcomes.
Okay, now we're gonna go Marvel Rivals.
Oh god, it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard.
Not part of the questions, but Rogue or Storm?
For what? For what, Dark Air? Goddess Air?
Just
For what?
Rogue or Storm?
Storm. Yep. Storm.
DPS or support?
Support. Sorry, I was still with the question.
Aggressive push or strategic hold? Solo carry or team synergy?
Team synergy.
Favorite hero or best meta pick?
Favorite hero. I suck at the meta.
Flashy plays or consistent wins?
Flashy plays. Flashy plays.
Ranked grind or casual fun?
Casual fun.
Clutch moment or clean sweep?
Clutch moment, actually. Clutch
Okay.
moment. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
we're
it's
gonna
more, more
now we're gonna
satisfying.
go into Pokemon.
Oh boy. Okay.
Starter only run or full team variety?
Full team variety.
Fire, water, or grass starter?
You okay? You say only two choices. Those are three. No. um. Mm, water.
Legendary or non-legendary team?
Oh, legendary. I'll use Mewtwo. That's it.
Shinies or
That's
stats?
stats.
Battle strategy or vibes?
Vibes.
Old gen or new gen?
Old gym. Yeah. 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 Old gym. Old gym. Yeah.
Gym battles or Elite Four?
Gym battles.
All right, ready for Digimon?
This wasn't right. Okay, go ahead. Let's go. Let's go.
Rookie or Megaforms?
I'm gonna go with Ricky. Ironically, Patamon.
Digivolve fast or build slowly?
Build slow. Build slow. We ain't gotta rush
Partner
it.
bond or raw power?
Ooh, partner bond.
Classic series or newer gen?
Classic.
One partner forever or multiple Digimon?
I will take one partner forever. I will
All
take
right,
one partner forever.
now for gaming habits. 100% completion or finish the story?
Finish the story. Finish the story.
Skip dialogue or watch everything?
Watch everything. The animators put their heart and soul into this. Watch everything.
Min max or play naturally?
Play naturally. Play
Mods or
naturally.
vanilla?
Vanilla.
First playthrough blind or guided?
Blind. Blind all the way. Blind all the way.
Chat controls decisions or you decide?
Ooh, stream specific. Ooh. Chat. Help. Chat controls. Yeah. Yeah.
Try
Help.
hard or entertain?
I mean, entertain. Yeah, entertain.
Stick to one game or variety hop?
I think I stick to one game. I'm going to stick to one game.
Finish every game or drop if bored?
Oh, I finish every game.
Play what you love or what performs best?
Play what I love. Sorry, y'all. Hope you enjoyed metaphor.
All right, I'm going to skip the spicy gamer takes because we're going to go back to food.
I'm okay with this. Okay. Did I answer the food
Pizza or
questions
fried
too
chicken?
quickly? Excuse me?
Pizza or fried chicken?
Especially with Japanese. Or it could be soap, fried chicken. We're going fried chicken. I'm sorry, I'm a stereotype. I'm sorry. I'm
Ramen
sorry. I'm
or
sorry.
pasta?
Sorry, mama. Ramen. Ramen with a deep broth.
Spicy or sour challenge?
Challenge, you said?
Yep.
Challenge? I'll go with sour. I'll go with sour for challenge.
Ice cream or cake?
Oh, butter pecan ice cream.
Sushi or salad?
The question you kind of answered it the moment you paused. Sushi. There's I don't know what you said afterwards. All I heard was sushi. All I heard was sushi. So I didn't hear anything else.
Food from Dragon Ball Z or real life?
I mean, real life, because I don't remember. I'm not trying to eat no dinosaur's butt cheek. No. I'm gonna nah. I go with real life. And if they have me out here eating no green skin bumpy toad monster, nah, I'm good. I
Japanese,
try it.
Japanese or Chinese food?
Japanese ramen, yes.
Japanese or Korean food?
Japanese sushi. Sorry, Japchae. Sorry, Japchae. Tonsu. Okay. Anyway, sorry. My body. Written in the stream. I need to go eat. Yes.
And last but not least,
Okay.
chat makes you play Silent Hill 2 or chat makes you play something else that you just absolutely refuse to play.
I am not playing. I am not playing. I am not playing. I am not playing, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm not. I am not playing. Something else that I refuse to play. I know those are the same thing. You just asked me the same thing. You cheated like that three Pokemon starter question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. That was a really fun episode. Thank you so much, Zaylin, for being here
Thank you for
with
having
us.
me.
And absolutely. Guys, if we don't have any other questions for Zaylin, we're going to go ahead and raid out to someone of Zaylin's choice.
Oh yes. Okay, let's see who's on, you guys. I definitely want to put uh, energy back into people that are on right now. Chat, you guys know how I go. I usually am like, hey, you guys, like, who should we rate out to? Like, do you guys have any suggestions? If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I definitely prefer to raid into a member of our community, and let's see who is on now. But again, I'm open to suggestions. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Also, what kind of game do you want to play? Let's see here. I should look this up earlier, but I was distracted. So there's that. There is that. Um.
And thank you
Hmm.
all, everybody, for joining us. And sorry, Zaylin, I know we ran a little over time, but you made it
That's
worth
fine.
it.
I'm gonna go eat. This is great. You completely just made me hungry. That was amazing. That was amazing. Let's see here. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. Let's actually. This is kind of weird because you guys asked me questions about like fitness. Um, One of the members in our community, Crispy Spider, just recently became partner. He does a lot
Oh,
of like charity streams. Yeah, he just like yeah. He actually found me on TikTok. He does a lot of partner stream. I'm sorry, charity streams, which I think is kind of like his thing. Um, for the month of March, he actually dressed up as Mario. But yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. He's currently, which I've never seen this before. So this is gonna be a different stream for the community actually. Uh, he's currently doing a fitness and health stream, but I think he's dressed like Spider-Man, and he's like it looks really goofy, and so I don't know what we're gonna get into, but this
What
looks
is his
really
name?
crispy. I will paste it in the chat. This looks like this is IRL content, chat, and it looks like Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll do that. We'll do that.
All right, perfect. I have him up. Guys, I'm going to post my raid messages. Copy and paste the first one if you're a follower. Copy and paste the second one if you are a um, subscriber. It's going to look like this. And I don't know which one you have to copy and paste. But, Zaylin, on your mark, I'm going to go ahead and just let me know when to hit start raid and we'll raid out together.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, well, we can hit start right now, but not go just yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, okay. So
Ready?
I click start. I'm clicking it, and I'm waiting to raid. I'm waiting to raid. Again, Dark Outer Six, I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the podcast,
Absolutely.
and thank you for just like bringing our communities together. And
Yes.
again, the people who followed and whatnot, like thank you so much. And it was great. Freaking like yeah, just
I
having
had a
this
lot
moment
of
kind of act
fun.
as a retrospect, and I'm grateful for it. But with that being
Yes.
said, I am ready to raid in three, two, one.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye, y'all.